Evening all and welcome along Friday night a live stream, the somber edition as we say. I'm going to be very quick and get everybody in the room because it's going to be a slightly different live stream tonight. So just a quick hello to everybody. Andy, Zed, Jim's here, Ali, Curious, Howie and Boat and Biker Bird. Bringing a few of my very good friends. Simon, evening buddy, how you doing?
Evening all, how you doing?
Nice one today. Really did enjoy watching your tribute, mate. You're a bit choked up there, as much as me.
Yeah. That's all I can say. Yeah, I thought I'd do something because it was on my mind, and the more I started thinking about it and doing it, I really did get choked up towards the end. It was, I did want to say a couple more things, but no, it just went.
Yeah, it is. I have said obviously tonight. I am 9 o'clock tonight. I've got to keep my eye on the time. 9 o'clock tonight. Before we go, slightly naughty. I'm going to have 2 minutes silence on the channel, so we're just going to get everybody just to sit there for 2 minutes, mute their mics, and just pay respects to Her Majesty, and obviously welcome in the new King Charles III. So going to get a few more in. We've got Stu in from Scotland. Evening, Stu.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, good. And we've got Tom sitting in the side stream as well. So Tom's here as well. How's the bike, Tom?
Yeah, it's on the road now, guys. So no more worries there.
Excellent.
Good stuff. Right, we've got Hells is here as well. So yeah, as he's just said, condolences from the States. Thanks, Hells. Much appreciated. Obviously, most of the military boys are feeling it a lot more than the general public are, because she was our patron, our monarch. For, you know, who can say that they've done the same job for 70 years? And she did her final job the day before she passed away to obviously bring in the new Prime Minister, Liz Truss. But who can say that they've had a 70-year career and they've worked every day of their life? No one can match what she's done.
An absolute inspiration. You really
did. And as Stevie did post up a post, and I've commented on, just go and look at Military Biker's Instagram, the last thing that he's just posted up. For all the millennial snowflakes, you lefty bullshit people. Oh, sorry, hang on. Let me get up to the disclaimer. All you lefty bullshit people that are wrapped in bubble wrap and need a good slap around the back of the head. She was our monarch, and you all deserve to get down on one knee and honour the Queen. Sorry, guys, but that I'm a very big royalist and obviously ex-military. You know, she was the patron of this country. So Charles, everyone said, oh, is Charles going to be the right one to do the job? Let him do the job. You know, his mother's passed. He's got to step into a very big pair of shoes to try and fill. But I think he'll do an all right job, but only time will tell. But can anybody else do the job that he does? I very much doubt that you would put up with doing the stuff that he's done. And obviously, Prince William has now stepped into the Prince of Wales role. And Harry's still buggered off to the States. Harry don't give a rat's ass, but, you know, Prince Charles and William, I'm sure, will run this country. And as Ali said, dutiful to the end, absolutely spot on, you know. Yeah, a lot of responsibility for a lifetime. These lefties cry about not getting a speciality. Exactly, you know, stick them on the special bus. What kids these days need, and, you know, you go and slap your kid round the back of the head in the local shop and you're going to get arrested for it, for child cruelty or whatever they want to call it. Back then, you got caught doing something wrong, and your dad would give you a right clip round the ear. So that's all I'm going to say on that. We're going to move on from that because obviously it's a bikers live stream tonight. But yeah, big shoes to fill, as Curious Goose said.
One of the interesting things that I was actually talking to my daughter. My daughter's 17 now, and I was actually saying to her, I said, "You're in a very special generation. You've witnessed one of the best monarchs we've ever had. There's now a transition over to Charles. I don't doubt for a minute that Charles is going to do an absolutely fantastic job. But what I said to her was, you could potentially see 4 monarchs in your lifetime.
Let me just,
because Charles is 76 now.
Yeah,
so let's say we give him 20 years, and I hope he gets every one of those years. Then it'll be William, and by that time, what will he be? He'll be 60. So you'll maybe get 30 odd years of him, and then there's a good chance that my daughter could see George being crowned king as well. So I mean, like, we grew up and were born with Elizabeth II, and what a fantastic what a fantastic job she's done.
Oh, as hell, keep talking about it. I did I did a little bit of a video yesterday, and I've had a few people that have said, I posted it on every bike channel that I could think. And it was R.I.P. Queen Elizabeth from all the biker and I marked it worldwide motor vlog community. But I've had 5 or 6 texts that have come in via either instant messenger or on the YouTube private channel saying, "How dare you put your name at the end of the video saying get the ninja out." That photo that I have used for the last absolutely ages. Let me just find the photo and I will tell you exactly what I mean, because I was going to use it tonight. I decided to use just the lime green for the Queen tonight. But I had a certain photo that I had, and it wasn't tongue in cheek. It was a way of saying this is the Queen. The Queen. If you didn't know the Queen, she had 2 favourite colours, which was a very light blue, and she loved lime green. The Queen was a huge lime green fan, and obviously, if you're a lime green person, you'll know that is the Kawasaki colour. So it wasn't meant as a derogatory comment to the Queen. It was meant as a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek, just to say, thank you, Your Majesty. Here we go. This is the photo. So there's your photo. And it was, come on, Dave, get the ninja out. That photo has gone around the Lime Green channel today. Obviously, they found the original photo. And I put the come on, Dave, get the ninja out on it. But that photo has gone round all the lime green Kawasaki channels today. Everyone's saying, oh, the Queen was a huge Kawasaki fan. That photo has done the rounds so many times. But that was just a little bit of me saying, thank you very much, Your Majesty. That is, for the service. And I did put at the end, R.I.P. Queen Elizabeth II, God save the King. Because we're now moving on to, obviously, the King. And everybody there's some really nice Facebook posts. Simon's done, Ali's done some. There was a really nice one with the Queen, and Prince Philip walking away holding hands. And he went, come on now, Lilibet. And he used to call her Lilibet. Come on, Lilibet, time to go rest. And that choked me up a little bit seeing that one. That photo has been shared so many times.
There's a poem as well going about, and it's
the poem
about Philip coming down to get her and take her to the. Yeah, and it's quite emotional.
I'm just going to roll through some of these comments. As BBB said, we've lost a grandmother. Bruce has just said, been driving around with my lump on my throat from when I heard it on the radio when she was under. Yeah. Gliding on twos is in. Good to see you, buddy. Can't stay long, but just wanted to show my support. I think the UK and the Commonwealth is feeling. Yeah, we're all feeling very, very deflated. Not only was she obviously, a grandmother. She was a mother. She was a patron for this country, but she touched so many people in her life. I remember, and I'm going back to when I was sort of 12 years old. I think it was about 1976, 1978. When they did Woburn Abbey, and there used to be a huge festival that was held at Woburn Abbey every year by the Marquis of Tavistock. And he actually was very, very good friends with Elton John and Neil Diamond. And the pair of them turned up, they had a little stage, and this car pulls up, and lo and behold, the Queen had come down to meet Neil Diamond and Elton John, and she actually walked out on the stage, waved to everybody and left. And I will always remember that, because I used to be a huge Neil Diamond fan. And I remember Neil Diamond singing, stopping halfway through, and the Queen walking out and just waving to everybody and then walking off, and then met Elton John. And then obviously Elton John walked off with her at the end. So that was my memories of the Queen, and obviously nothing wrong with that. And as Matt said, the Queen rode motorbikes. Yes, absolutely nothing wrong with the picture. John, I've just sent you a couple of pictures of the Queen. I wonder who that was that was just whacking me those photos. I shall go and grab them in a second. Proper idol for the whole world, and unlike everyone, she stuck to her words. Yeah, and said, "I will be here on this throne until the end of my days." So yes, she was.
Never lied.
Yeah, she was absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna shut up for 5 minutes and let you give your thoughts, Simon.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's. I think I said it on my video. She's the only monarch any of us ever known. If you're under the age of 70, It's the only money you've ever known, and she was thrown into that at a very early age because her father, God bless him, he died suddenly, and it was thrust upon her. And in her coronation, she said she would give her life to the throne, and she did.
Yeah.
And she's the one constant thing, no matter what has happened in this country. She's the one constant thing. She's always been there, and you see her every day. She's on your money. She's on your stamp. You see her every day, and she's always been there. And now she's gone, and it's sad. So yeah, I feel like I've lost my grandmother all over again.
Yeah,
I really do. I haven't. That's what I feel.
I think King Charles's speech tonight reiterated what your sentiments were there, Simon, with regards to the fact that she dedicated her whole life and fulfilled her commitment that she had given when she was 21. Was it 21 at the time?
25, I think.
25 in South Africa, wasn't it? Where she gave that solemn vow that she would dedicate her life to the monarchy, which she did. And I think what Prince Charles said tonight in his speech, or sorry, King Charles, it's still very, very fresh and getting to say that. You just can't let it sink in. And King Charles re-emphasised that, and he said, for whatever years that God gives me, that I will do exactly the same, which I don't doubt for a minute that he won't.
Absolutely.
Yeah. As German Jobby said, she is the last Great Britain. She was.
Yeah.
There's this, if you go back to sort of obviously when I was in my teens, so we're talking sort of late 70s, early 80s, and you'd either get caught scrumping or being an absolute knob on your bicycle, and the local village bobby would come along and give you a clip round the ear and tug you by the ear back home and tell your parents, and then you get in and your dad would give you an absolute hiding off to your room. You're not allowed down for 2 days. You'll have your dinner in the bedroom. You look at it now, and these kids that, so wrapped in bubble. Oh, my kid's crying. Oh, what should I do? Give them an iPad. Shut them up. There's absolutely no discipline. And everyone said, oh, maybe we should bring national service back. Sorry, no, but the army doesn't want them. We wouldn't want them in the army.
Because that's the idea of the army, though, is to change them, teach them the respect of discipline. I say bring it back.
As I said to someone, respect is earned; it's not bought. You have to earn someone's respect. No amount of money will buy someone's respect. Unfortunately.
Yeah. I watch. I can't remember the guy's name now, and I watch him quite a lot. And he's kind of an American. He's a motivational speaker. He's on like all the platforms, and he basically, the first time I saw him, he goes to garage sales and stuff like that, and like what he does is he studies like Hot Wheels cars, for example, and he can go to a job lot or a garage lot and look at a box of Hot Wheels cars, and within a second or two can work out which ones are worth value and makes money. So he does motivational speeches, and one of the questions that he asked in one of his motivational speeches is, who owns a BMW and who owns a Mercedes? Do you own it because you like the car, or do you own it because you like the way people think of you because you own that car? It's like that. This is the way that the society and the culture seems to be just now. Is like a lot of people do a lot of things because they think that people will think better of them for it, as opposed to just being a good person and doing good things, selfless acts. Whether it's carrying somebody shopping, holding a door open, whatever it is, just the simple things. And I think that's society in general wouldn't go amiss by sort of revisiting those old philosophies.
If that's the case, because you've all seen my piece of shit red Picanto. Everyone said to me, "Oh, you should buy yourself a new car. You should get." Why? It's got 2 wheels. It goes from A to B. It's my daily transport. I've got my bike. But even the missus said to me, we go out and I will still open the door. If she's a passenger and I'm taking her out in her car, I will still open the door. And she went, we don't have to do that. We've been married 20 years. And I went, yeah. Or my normal thing, Simon knows what I'm like, super sausage run on a Sunday. Now, the wife normally disappears off on a Friday night because she can't be asked to sit in bed listening to me waffle on and not shutting up for 5 minutes. So she'll go to her mum's. But Saturday night, after I come back from the garage, she'll be home. I'll do the super sausage run. And then normally we'll park the bike up at the garage and I will go and do the Sunday shopping. So why should she have to go and do the shopping on a Saturday when I'm about to go and do it for her? But I will always bring her a bunch of flowers home. And she's like, why you brought flowers home? Well, just a way of saying I love you. I always buy her flowers every Sunday. And she's like, you don't have to spend £7.99 every time you go out on a bunch of flowers. It's a waste of money. Yeah, but I like to have flowers on the table. And it's my way of looking at them saying that there's my flowers. That is love to you. And people don't seem to understand the old romantic traditions. And it drives me mad. Or opening the door or helping a pensioner take her shopping to the car. You know, and you see the kids these days, oh, can you help me with my trolley? Well, yeah, do I get your pound out your trolley to take it back? No, you should be, you know, our old people, you know, you should be, our village is full of pensioners. We've got bungalows everywhere. And there's normally 5 or 6 people in the village that will say, you know, are you all right? Do you need anything? I'm going off down the road shopping. Do you need anything? Oh, I could do with a bag of sugar or some tea bag. Don't worry about it. I'll get them for you. How much do I owe you? Oh, go on, have them on me. And people don't seem to think like that anymore. Quick one from Andy. I couldn't even begin to the feel going on, actually. Yeah, that's 24 hours after his mum died. Yeah, love her, hate and full respect. Not many people could do that. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men, well said, Goose. Absolutely spot on. You know, absolutely perfect. I've got Paul sitting in the back. Evening, all Paul. How you doing, buddy?
Paul. He's on mute. Excellent.
He's on mute. Turn your mic on, Paul.
Yeah, sorry. I'm okay now. Hello, guys. You all right? Everyone all right?
Yeah.
You're good.
Go on, you keep going. I'm just gonna click through. I've got so many messages coming in. I'm just gonna keep trying to put as many up as I can because the side chat is going absolutely nuts here. Status symbols, false illusions, BMWs, Mercs, and Audi drivers. Yeah, it's, you know, is it you're buying a flash car because you're covering up inadequacies in other places?
Rather, I mean, like, you look at it. We're living like it's a consumer-driven world that we live in now. You know yourself, it's like when you get to a certain sort of status within social media, you have all these companies wanting to use you as an influencer. So they're basically product placing on your or looking to product place on your channel. And you look at them, you look at the amount of people that have got maybe 4 or 5 million followers, say for example on TikTok, that every single video that they've got, they are advertising something. Whether you know that they are or whether you don't know that they are advertising, whether it's a t-shirt they're wearing, the shoes that they've got on. I mean, that's the society we live in. It's like they try and create this sort of utopian, oh, my life's great, this is great, you can have this and you can have that. And what I think it does is it sets up the youngsters to fail right from the get-go, because they get all this stress and anxiety because they feel as if they have to achieve this all at the once. They don't understand the value of taking your time, discovering yourself before you're trying to create this illusion of this madness that seems to be happening. I don't know. I just feel as if I'm getting very old very quick. You know, it just seems to be accelerating beyond me now.
I feel exactly the same as you.
Definitely,
It's just, it feels like no matter what I do as well, and I've got 3 kids, and you feel like the rug's been stripped out from underneath you because society is so geared at pushing their, you know, they're at school, they're like, look on the internet, go on the internet, get a tablet. It's all about being that shoved in your face. It's gone are the days when you had to go to the library and sit and look through books and books and books. One of those books might not be the right thing, and you that would grow your character. That's how you would build your education, whether you're incredibly intelligent or not so intelligent. You still had to work to find the information, and the information is so thrust into your face that people are lazy, and you're generating that straight from the get-go.
Yeah.
So,
but the way that, sorry,
that's what
I was going to say, like, the way that all the information gathering that's going on just now, be it Amazon, be it Google, be it whatever platform that you may be on, every time you click a key, that sends information into a central network that all the companies, all the corporations can glean all that information. They can dictate and they can preempt all your habits, all your views, your likes, your dislikes, and they can tailor your whole computer environment to suit you. Now, what that does is that allows them to predict basically market trends, what's in, what's not, at any given time. It's like a kind of a sort of central intelligence. And I watched a documentary with Elon Musk, and when you listen to a lot of what that guy says, it's quite scary, because what he's saying is, I mean, it sounds very, very Terminator-esque, but it seems to me, the way technology is going, that it could be that we are all feeding into a master computer which predicts who leads parties, who governs countries, because what it will do is take the consensus of the nations that are integrated into it.
and even you look at that in either an extreme version or a non-extreme version, it's happening. Where governments look to computer models, you've only got to look at what COVID. It was all based on a computer model. It was never based on fact or truth or anything. It was a model. And it's almost like you look day to day where things are going, and if you look at motorcycles used to come out a new one every 5 years, if that. Now 6 months, a new model, and it's to drive consumerism. It's to drive people to spend the money. It's to drive getting the next model as soon as you can, and people do it all the time. You can get things on finance, so you can get the next bike, you can get the next model. It's all consumerism, and eventually it's going to pop. What way it pops, we don't know.
Obviously, a friend of mine has gone completely the other way. I'm not going to mention the band that he plays with, but they're a very, very well-known American, or should I say, she is a very well-known American country singer with blonde hair. He is the banjo player for her. Now, we still use Skype. I haven't used Skype for about 3 months, but I Skype normally with him when he's off tour. And he got so sick of being hounded when he goes out in the streets. He's out with his family and his 2 daughters. And he got absolutely hounded. And people said, "Oh, you're blah, blah, blah from so-and-so band. Yeah. Can we get a selfie?" And he said, "I'm just a banjo player. I just play music and I can't really deal with the showbiz." He actually ended up buying 20 acres of Canadian mountain just round the corner from Stevie. And just basically went off of grid. They cut down the trees in the middle of the ground that he bought, built a log cabin. He's got hydroelectric power. He's got solar up there. He's got a satellite phone. And the last time I spoke to him was about 3 months ago, and he said, "I'm going off grid now for 6 months. We haven't got much here apart from a satellite phone, but I just need to get away from society because it's too much for me." And he's gone off grid with the family. But the last time I spoke to him, and I said to him, "Jesus Christ, he's got a 7-year-old and a 12-year-old." And I said, "Your kids have got handguns on their hips?" And he went, "Yeah." He said, "They both carry Colt 45s. They both got 45s on their hip. And they take them to school." And I went, "Jesus." He said, "Yeah, because they have to walk half a mile through the woods to get to the bus stop. And in case of bear attacks, but they hand their guns in at the school." And they said, "There is no gun crime there. It's a small-knit community." And he said, "I actually prefer living off grid than mixing with people." He said, "I can't be mixing. I can't do people anymore because people are so basically, in his words, up their own backside." He said, "I just can't deal with it." So he's gone off grid with the family now. He's still got lots of money, but he said, "For what we spend, we're in the cabin." He said, "But they make their own. He said there is no TV. He said we actually sit out on the deck and we do songs, or the kids write colour books and we sit or read books at night. He said the kids have got a far better education than if they were sat in front of a laptop 24/7 on Google or YouTube all the time.
Yeah, I mean, like,
ideal.
I do have my mobile phone. Don't use it as much as I used to. I used to use it a lot, but used to find myself falling down the rabbit hole. Just swipe, watch the next video, and I was like, that ain't happening, because you're losing like 2 hours where you could be doing totally something else. And what I've found myself doing now is just taking the time to stop and just talk to people. How you doing? What you
we have a rule in our house when we get home from work or wherever, the phones go into a box, and we're not allowed to me and my wife aren't allowed to get them out until the kids have gone to bed.
Yeah.
There we go. You're all guessing Dolly Parton. No, he's the banjo player for Carrie Underwood, Jimmy Herman.
I'll play her banjo and all.
Yeah.
But no, when it comes to mobile phones, I've always had a rule, and we have to stick by it. Otherwise, everybody gets told off, including my parents. You're sitting at the table having dinner, and nobody touches their phone.
We play the phone game.
Don't take it to the table with you.
You take your phone, you place it face down so it doesn't ring. Because if your phone's face down, it will not ring. But the first person that picks their phone up to have a look at their text messages pays the bill.
This is our dining room. We haven't even got a TV in here, because when I was a kid, we would sit with in front of a telly, and now it's the time that we all sit down and we chat about what the kids done at school and stuff like that. It's so easy to just be stuck on your phone, just like whatever. Yeah. My eldest, he's 11, has only just got a phone, and to be honest with you, that was peer pressure, because the school were like, "Oh, we do recommend a phone just in case they get lost or whatever." It's like crazy. If I went when I was a kid, I mean, we didn't have phones until I was about 16. If I'd gone to college with a phone, I would have been in trouble.
Yeah, I'll talk to the wife if I put my phone. Nice one, Andy. I make sure you do have a drink, have a shot glass or something saved for 9 o'clock, because we're going to be raising a glass to the Queen. My nephew Sam, who does all the Fortnite stuff, he actually brought me some shot. He brought a Mr. and Mrs. shot glass home. The Mrs. has little marionette on the front with her boobies out. My one. Let's see if I can get it on the camera.
Is that where you drink?
Apparently, that's lifelike.
Is that where you drink it from?
But I have got my bucket in it.
If you look hard enough, you will. Yeah.
Is that proportionally correct?
I was like, when I got them, I opened them up, and I'm like, really? Okay. Something different. No, you drink it from the top. You don't suck it from the little spout. Rhythmic. So Rhythmic's in the room. Rhythmic, get your L'Oreal hair in the room, mate. They all want to see the lightsaber again. StreamYard link is on, mate. To jump in.
You've got an affinity with his lightsaber. I'm getting worried about you. I really am. But anyway, now Rhythmic's here, actually, we had a very good episode on YouTube came out this week.
Absolutely. It was fantastic. I'm
going to have a word with Seb, keeping my outtakes in.
No.
Do you know what? The world to know I needed a wee.
See, the thing about it is that's just that wee essence of naturalness that just brings it all together.
I'll tell you what, I actually had I've passed them on to you, Simon. I don't know if they messaged you, but I had a motorcycle company said, "Oh, you've got the Gen 1. Have you ever thought of having the reflash to soften your bike?"
Michael from Germany, Munich. Yeah. Contacted me.
Yeah. And I said to him, no. I said I'm quite happy with the harsh acceleration mine gives compared to Simon's. But speak to Simon. So I think they may have messaged you.
Spoken, but there's an issue with me sending him my ECU for a week.
Exactly.
How do I ride the bike without it? So
yeah, exactly. So I thought that would
just pedal it with your feet. All right.
You peddle a 320 kilo bike for your fucking feet. Bollocks to that. Excuse me, I'm starting swearing already. Bollocks to that. That's all I'm saying.
Well, we had a woman, like a Karen at our works, who made a rule that you're only allowed to push your push bike up the car park, and she tried to put that onto the motorcyclist as well. And considering that the car park at work was like a hill, so yeah, I don't know how she imagined me pushing a 250 kilo bike up the hill every day, but yeah, I don't know where she got that idea from.
Well, she would have got told to fuck right off.
Yeah, pretty much.
You should have seen.
Tom, I've got to say this, Tom, because you're in the corner and it's bugging me. You're talking and then your lips move. Who's controlling you? The ventriloquist isn't doing a good job.
Am I out of sync?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
See, he's been bugging me. It's like a bad ventriloquist act.
I think it's because I'm
I
uploading a video.
do the same with the missus, mate. You know,
Anyway, sorry, I've distracted everybody. And he snuck in without anybody noticing, really. Good evening, Rhythmic. And he's turned his mic off. Oi, twat!
What, you old fart?
I was just paying you compliments, you little git.
No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't.
Is that any better?
Say that again.
Is that any better?
No.
Nope.
No.
I won't talk.
say a bottle of beer, Tom.
I did like the outtake the other day. Typical Simon saying, "Oh, halfway through that, I needed a."
Aye.
Oh no! I'll tell you what. Yeah, I didn't want the world to know I needed a pee, but I showed it to some of the lads and that, and they said that's just brilliant. That's funny.
Aye,
So
no,
get that in.
That's good. It's just
It was only the fact that it's because Rev was talking for so fucking long.
Honestly.
Well, I did that. And the other outtake was, "Can I have a cup of coffee or something?" Because he won't shut up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to
Honestly.
read
No, it was when the two years were facing forward and Simon was talking and Rev looked like as if he was standing for a police lineup.
It was him, Your Honour.
It's one of those things you can be a bit more natural in front of the camera, but Rev, you're just staring it down like.
He just said to me, "Look at the camera." I was so used to when we did the Hitman.
Be natural. Don't stare.
When we did the Hitman and her, they said all you got to do is just look at the camera and talk. And I'm just sitting there going, right,
It's like when Ricky Bobby did his first interview and he starts lifting his hands. I don't know what he's doing with my hand.
No, it
was a very, very good addition, though. So,
Is it the longest episode you've done?
It's the longest bit of editing that Seb's ever done. Seb has moaned to me so much about how much time and how much they've had to cut, and just the amount of footage. And
they've cut so much out. Yet again, me and Rev seem to be talking the same amount.
I know, right?
So
yeah,
it's all Rev that ended up on the cutting floor, isn't
it? Basically, there's probably a whole other 2 episodes that could be made out of the footage that Rev gave up.
We need to do an outtake special. I think.
Tell you what, though, that's coming on. I think about 900 views at the moment, so it's rocketing along.
It's doing well, yeah. Hopefully, it can continue to climb.
I'm going to complain because who was the fucker that shared it to Kawasaki UK? I had an email from Kawasaki UK. I think it was yesterday, saying, "Oh, just got your video. Just looking at the outtakes. Would you be prepared to obviously promote Kawasaki? You and Simon promote Kawasaki a bit more?" And I went, "Send us the details. We'll mail."
Okay. As long as I can have a pee, I'm happy.
Yeah. Send us some freebies.
I'll have a free H2. Thank you.
What's the review of the Z900 RS?
I'll have a free H2. Thank you.
He's got the link still open, any Tom?
Oh,
yeah. No. Is he in sync? Let's have a wait. Everybody, shh, Tom.
Right. No. Give up. I won't talk. I'll just watch.
Hang on. I've got an idea. We'll do it that way. Right. Hang on. Right. Talk, Tom.
Yeah.
Got a gear.
I give up. Got the internet connection. It's useless.
I don't think it's the internet connection. You got some latency on your microphone or whatever it is that's going on.
Well, I've tried 2 different ones now, so
yeah.
No.
I don't think it's the internet. Otherwise, all of it would be shit. So
yeah.
MT, fuck off.
No, I'm putting it back. You didn't change your pants, Tom.
Yeah. Tom, fart. Oh, too late. Excellent. I can have a wee now. Look who's below me.
Kawasaki have an electric bike at the moment, do they, MT?
What's that?
Kawasaki. Yeah, they do.
MT Belly mentioned a Kawasaki with an electric bike. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
if
they
you
do.
look at, if you Google Kawasaki
HEV, yeah.
They're looking at hybrid electric with a Kawasaki. I think it's
BG?
a 350 Ninja engine in it.
Well, that's a mistake because they're trying to get rid of hybrids by 2030. So what's the point in that?
Well,
what, getting rid of hybrids by R.I.P?
Did any of you see the thing that was in Visordown talking about the worrying thing about electric vehicles with the lack of power that we've got at the moment? They might not become practical.
I'll tell you
Simon
what,
sitting like that. Oh, I told you all.
I'll tell you what, I'm absolutely fucking pissing myself laughing today because there's quite a few guys in work who've got EVs now.
Yep.
3 of them have had to go back because they've all had an update, like they update your fucking iPad or your phone, and it doesn't work. You fully charge them and it tells you you've got 0 range on the miles and things like that. It's completely fucked them up, and I'm just dancing. I really am. It's great. But yeah, so bring on all those electric pieces of shit. Yeah, you send them all back. One of them's got a courtesy car and it's a diesel.
I think Tom's gone to reboot his internet again. So
God knows what Tom's doing. When he comes back, no matter what happens or what he says, he's out of sync, right, guys?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. What we'll do is we'll be like that. Hi, Tom.
Yeah. No, I don't want to.
It's like when we used to do the we used to go on stage and do the sound checks at the big concerts, and they always say to me, "Can you go up and do the sound check?" And I used to go up and go, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Hello. Testing 1, 2, 3. Not working.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. We used to have a great fun with the sound guys doing that. Yeah, the guys on screen were right and Pilly. No, but no one wanted to take you out. We don't trust you as a Pilly.
Unfortunately, my rear seat's got a weight limit, so I couldn't.
And we still kept the bit in where Jay twisted the camera on my ride as well.
Yeah, it was Jay. Yeah, nobody else touched it.
We've got him walking away. Don't you worry.
Curious Goose, I love it. Yeah, it's like an old Chinese movie.
You want to fight?
What are you doing?
We go now.
I'm Shaolin.
But you know why London is so full of Chinese, don't you?
Hello, taxi driver.
Hello.
Oh dear, they get older and older. I think that one's older than the Queen was.
Yeah. Oh dear. Well, at least we know where Boo is anyway. So that's the main thing.
Is he all right? He is.
He's on holiday. Oh, he's back again. Right.
Right. Let's try again.
Yeah. Oh, hang on.
What?
Okay. Are we working?
Say something then, Tom.
All right. Hello.
The rain in Spain.
No, Tom, we're not getting you, mate. We're not.
I give up.
Giant key in Tom's back.
It's all good. It's all good now, Tom.
Is it good? All right. Okay. Cool.
What have you done?
In the meter.
Yeah, I went from Chrome to Edge now, which is like an absolute travesty. But there we go. So,
yeah.
Chrome was using up like all of my CPU for some other reason, so that was probably the reason.
It's probably downloading an update in the background that it's not telling you about, or
probably.
Or Google wants some more information out of you, like bank details.
Right. That happened as soon as we started moaning about the internet, and that's it.
Yeah.
So,
I have to be very careful with my Chrome in case the wife goes in, because she normally finds silver-haired old ladies.
Have you never heard of an incognito browser?
Believe it or not, she one of her friends said, "Oh, what does your husband do in the morning?" She said, "Oh, he sits on the net in the morning, and I go off to bed, and he sits on the net all night." She went, and one of her friends said, "Oh, go on his internet history," and she went on it the other day. She went, "For God's sake, look at your history," and I'm like, "What?" And she went, YouTube, Kawasaki, YouTube. I was like, yeah.
Pornhub.
predictable.
Why can't you be like a normal husband and watch porn? Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. That's what she said to me. She went, "There's nothing rude on there." I went, "No, it's all just like," she went, "Oh, but I clicked on one video and it was this bloke that swears a lot." And I went, she went, "What are you on about?" It's fuck now, it's fuck now. It's fuck. I went, "Yeah, that's Aussie man rules."
Yeah. I thought
me,
you were going to say she watched one of my live streams. Actually, I'm really surprised for that whole Wolf Tales episode. I didn't swear once, did I?
No,
you didn't. To be fair, we don't normally care. I mean, we try not to encourage it, but yeah, you did well, actually.
You wait until you ever get me back for another one.
Thoroughly enjoyed that episode. That was really good.
Yeah, it was.
How has that Wolf Tales not got hundreds of thousands of subscribers?
I don't know. You tell me, Tom. Sort it out.
Yeah.
Because we've been promoting it.
You're not going to
He's too busy watching his hair.
I think it's one of those. Yeah, where I think it's because when things start, it just takes a while to get started.
Yeah, it's gaining traction.
Not only that as well, but we've only done 9 episodes, and we're looking to sort of wrap up that first sort of series, if you will, of episodes with a 10th, and we're planning a 10th now, something big, something like just out there.
You need some old bit with a Triumph trophy. That's what you need.
Yeah,
He's recently had a shower.
I'm at the Scottish hairy guy with a real bike.
But the thing is, though, Stu, there'll be 3 of us in here with ZZR 1400s in the next couple of months.
Yeah,
that's gleaming.
Yes, definitely. So no, it's something we need to plan, and also we've changed a lot. I mean, obviously, Red was part of it at the beginning, and we've changed that up a little bit, and the structure of the show has to change a little bit. And so, yeah, once it gets going, it'll be rocking and rolling.
The thing
anybody
about it is,
funny man to your straight man, I'll come along and do it.
The thing about it is as well is like even like it is going to gain traction. I don't doubt for a second it isn't, but the consistency of the episodes, that's the main thing, is like when people go back and historically look back at every episode, because when it gains traction, that's what people will do. They'll go right to the start and they'll look at the history, and they'll see the progression and they'll see the natural things. So it's a good thing. It's going to be good.
Yes,
it's good to watch.
Thank you. Yeah, no,
well, I did enjoy the early ones. I watched all the episodes, and I did enjoy some of the early ones as well. But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. And it's good to see obviously Jenna following because obviously Jenna was on Wolf Tale. She had quite a bad crash, and she's back out racing. She's doing well for herself.
She's done so well in a short amount of time to turn it around from the crash that she's had, a 4-bike pile up. You know what I mean? To come off quite badly, and have a few fractures. But yeah, she's back out on the track now, taking it slow and steady, but still out there. So fair play to her.
Yeah, I say the professional. Yeah, it really is. It's because a lot of people have said to me when they come into the garage, they've obviously watched the Wolf Tales. And I messaged Phil on Tuesday night and said, "You've got to watch this episode." He went, "What are you on it?" I said, "Me and Simon." And he went, "That's the guy with the dodgy ticker, isn't it?" And I went, "Yeah, that's Grant." He said, he's a natural presenting. Why doesn't he push his career further into television and doing it? Because
I'll quit my day job. Yeah.
The thing is, the TV companies are very, very demanding. He wouldn't have time to wash his hair, would he?
No. Phil said to me,
imagine all those potholes going unchecked. It's unthinkable.
I know, right? Yeah, who's going to do it all?
He's got to be dedicated, isn't he? I mean, nobody else is going to ignore them potholes if he don't do it.
Do you know what the problem is? The problem is I genuinely couldn't present anything else. You know, like you see, like, I don't know, Paddy McGuinness now presents about 7 different game shows. Like, fuck that. I ain't got time for shit like that. I literally just want to talk about bikes. That's all we all ever want to do.
Right, I was watching the motorbike show earlier, the Triumph one. Henry Cole, he's all right, but he's that's what you need to do. You need to do something like that because you're good at it. I mean, it takes me forever to try, and I sit on a bike and I go, right, I'm going to do this tonight. I'm going to do that. Nothing ever comes out that I think I want to say.
I was going to say your review of the MT-01 was very much Wolfsdale style. You know, camera set up, you in front of the bike, having a walk around.
That took me hours. Day. I had to go and charge my phone again. Twice.
See, what's funny is me and Red, obviously, then Red helped me film my Triumph Sprint review, and we literally parked up at one location and just one took, and then that was it, done. It's just like, cool, solid, you got it, let's go.
When you're out in the middle of nowhere and someone's walking their dog and you've got the camera set up on your bike and you're sitting on the bike talking to a camera, this old woman comes up to me and goes, who are you talking to? And I'm like,
myself.
Mental. But yeah, it's so hard.
Yeah, so, I appreciate all the nice words that everyone said, but you are right. It is difficult to begin with. I think, you know, when we first started and we had like the first episodes, the sort of first 2 or 3, it was very much right, you know, because all I do before the episodes is sort of do a bit of research about the bike, not much, just a little bit to get the conversation going. But that notebook, brush the hair. That notebook, unfortunately, doesn't get to come with me when the cameras are rolling. It gets slung to the back of the studio, and it's very much got to be right. You know, what do I remember? Luckily, I've got a weird mind where I can remember like torque figures and brake power figures and gear ratios and stuff like that. So yeah, I can remember numbers. It's just having to remember the rest of it.
No, you do well. I mean, even your review on your bike, and you're on the bike, and you're talking like all the big YouTubers where they can just
whittle it off. Yeah.
Because I've tried to do that and just go. Whoop. That's why I'm better off at ranting, because when you rant, it comes out. But when you've got to talk about something factual, no, gone.
Yeah. No, you just want to have a little rant.
I should do a video just talking about the Britain V1000, because I could do that in one take.
See, boom.
You do know a lot about it,
it's just I've watched the video about the manufacturing of that bike so many times, and it's just and you know the annoying thing about not the annoying thing about YouTube, but it's like when you're making videos, some of the best videos are just the spur of the moment, natural, just one hit, bang, and it runs so smooth, and you put it out. You've not put a lot of work into it other than just adding your wee finesses, like your wee graphics and whatever else into it, and then you produce it. And then the ones that you've put in loads of hours, loads of research, the filming, the going to the locations, so on and so forth, and it just flatlines, and you're like, it's
so true. There's
frustration.
When I did my video of my GSX 1400, I did it in my garage. I had a hoodie on, a pair of shorts. I used a GoPro 3 to film it. It looks terrible, but it's got, I think it's nearly 50,000 views or something like that now. It's crazy, and everyone comments on it and they interact. And then so when I did the initial MT-01 one in my garage, I did sort of a similar format, but I thought that would be better. But it's not getting as many as I thought. And then the other one, which is my bike riding up a hill, which is about a minute long, has got, again, nearly 50,000 views. It took me minutes to edit. It's crazy, but it's funny what's successful and what's not. So
one thing I will say about the Wolftails is I grant you took my advice, and it well done. It looks a lot better. Right at the very end, when you give the Wolftail roar, you did that in one of the episodes down at the race car. You sounded like a 12-year-old girl, and I'm so glad they've edited that and you've got sound.
Listen, you try and howl manly. Okay, you try and howl with a deep voice. It's not possible. You go.
I mean, that person at security turned around and was looking for the 12-year-old girl in distress, weren't they?
Do you know what? I would actually say to anybody, who says like, oh, I don't do very well when I'm trying to do sort of videos like we were talking about, Tom, where it's like, you know, a bit there and how much it takes. I honestly think you just have to have no shame. game. Like Red had to get into the car for when I was doing that how, because he was like, I can't be out here and watch you how where there's people out there. I went, why? I don't get, they're never going to see me again. So
they'll think I'm with you. Yeah,
you've got to just be able to embarrass yourself to no end. And
one thing I can't do is
luckily,
walk
I do
around
that
crowds and talk to the camera. I can't do that.
I think
if I've got the helmet on and I've got the camera, but if I'm out and about, you get those weird looks, and that's it.
I kind of go into blinker mode if I'm doing anything to camera and I'm out. I don't care. When I was 30, I used to do drama when I was at school. Just like City and Guilds or whatever it is in drama, and my actual drama teacher coordinated the Glasgow Garden Festival, all the drama work that was done on that. And when I was 13, I actually performed for Scottish Opera in an opera. So like when you're painted green going onto stage in front of thousands of people, you just that's what it is.
Is it just me, or does everyone else like want a recreation of that? Like you're gonna have to redo it.
You want me painted green?
Have you still got the makeup, Stu?
I could get it. It's dead easy to get.
That would be.
It was Wagner's rendition of Das Rheingold. Basically, what it was something called a Nibelung, which is like a miner. We mine gold. So basically what we had to do was climb out of trapdoors and basically act as if we were mining the gold and stuff like that. Well, the main actors, in fact, one of the main singers was Willard White, who's one of the top tenors in the world now. So I've actually performed on stage with Willard White, which is amazing. And see one of the amazing things about it, see in the downtime backstage, Willard used to sit and play his saxophone. He was absolutely fantastic. As cool as you like.
Brilliant.
That's a little snippet of my life that nobody else knows. So there you go.
Now everybody knows.
I'm sorry, I'm still trying to get past you painted green.
Yeah, I was just like I say, if you redid that video,
imagine a skinny, incredible Hulk.
You got to keep the beard and spray the beard as well.
Yeah, the way the makeup, believe it or not, the way the makeup artist did it, we were all green, and then they basically painted like a sort of 6-pack and ribs and stuff like that, because we were meant
you didn't train and get that yourself.
No, we were meant to be emaciated because like obviously we're working in mines and stuff like that, and it's like hard and whatever. So we had to gel our hair. We had to grow our hair long and gel it, and then we got this stage dust and put the dust on. So every time we moved our heads, the dust came off because obviously we were in a mine and stuff like that.
I want to see another channel from you, Stu, with just your
drama
acting skills.
Knowing as tall as you are, we call it the Green Giant. There you go.
Well, see, when I was 13, I was the smallest guy in my class. When
it's amazing what time on the rack will do.
Yeah, when I turned 16 and I started my apprenticeship, I actually grew probably the most I've grown in my life, and I actually ended up having to go and get steroid injections into my Achilles tendon because I was growing that fast that my Achilles tendons weren't catching up, and basically they were stretching, and it was causing me a lot of pain. So I took a stretch quite late on, but I was a wee short butt when I was 13.
Oh, what's he got there? What you got, Grant?
Of course, ginger beer. I'm ready.
Oh well,
ginger beer. That's not rhyming slang, is it?
I've only got tea because I've got to go and pick the missus up later. So
I have a nice glass of tribute here waiting.
What's that, Stu?
It's a guest ale called Whiplash. Loud Places.
Oh, very nice.
Is it a light or a dark?
It's a light. It's a pale ale. So.
Oh, right.
That's part of the Beer 52 club. So.
Rev's got blackcurrant.
That's nice.
Believe it or not, it's actually Peachy Tango.
Fuck the what? Rev has a pink drink.
Yeah.
Bunch of willies. I'm off to get myself.
I've also got a little willy.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
If I was you, I'd put the little willy in the pink.
Yeah, probably. Actually, I wonder what Buckfast in a pink drink would do. Hang on.
Oh my god!
Oh, here we go.
Oh, someone's going to be throwing up later.
Right, down in one.
That's just
Down
curd
in
in
one.
that.
I don't know what I used to
Turned
do.
it brown. He had a pink and it's gone brown.
Whose house you in today, Grant?
Jay's.
Someone asked me earlier, have you seen Boo's Red's video with Boo on the electric scooter? Yes, I have.
On the what with Boo?
S1000. What the?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Red's video, yeah.
Do you know
Bikes. Nah, bikes.
There's a new one out. S1000R BMW. What? And there's Boo on the electric scooter leaning back.
Yeah,
he does.
I think that's the one you insta'd as I killed it, didn't you, Grant? Yeah.
You kicked it to the floor.
Yeah. Piece of shit taking up a parking space. How dare it?
Buckfast is about 6 Red Bulls in it. Oh, there we go. That will do the job then.
Oh, fuck me. He's never going to shut up tonight if he has 6 Red Bulls on the crib. Oh, very nice.
I can't wait for the moment he just projectile vomits all over the fucking place.
You see this brown, streaky, pink stuff running down
the camera.
1 minute left, guys. 1 minute.
I will do it.
So if you haven't got a drink, get it ready. You've got yourself a minute to go. 2 minutes silence for Her Majesty. Just remember to mute your mic, guys, and obviously just sit in silence, looking at the screen. And we shall do the countdown. You can think your own thoughts. If you're in the side chat, just do your own thing. Think pleasant thoughts. Think of the Queen. And then obviously 2 minutes just to contemplate where this country goes from now on. So we are 15 seconds away. So disclaimer is about to go up. Let me change the banner. Put that up to there. Bring the timer up. 3, 2, 1. Mute your mics, guys. And 2 minutes silence. God save the King. R.I.P. Queen Elizabeth. Thank you, everybody.
Can I say my line now?
Cheers, everybody.
You know,
Carry on.
I wanted to go pee halfway through that. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. And I haven't done it for such a long time.
I'm the only one of you fuckers that stood up.
Thank you, Your Majesty. God save the King, everybody.
Thank you.
Definitely.
I've got nothing on underneath, Simon. That's why I couldn't stand up.
Yeah, but from what I hear, Stu, we wouldn't have noticed.
Aye, but I'm painted green.
I can't really mind. Never say the heat turns up again. Yeah, Ali, rest in peace, Mum. Yeah.
Does anyone else? Exeter Rider was saying about camping there. I'm not a massive camper, if I'm honest.
Why camp when there's hotels? That's why
No,
God invented them, man. Don't get me fucking started on the camping rant. I'll go.
I will have to get my tent in the back garden one day and show you my my massive, great motor vlogging tent that I've got.
I love camping. And I've actually got a good idea for a vlog about camping as well. There's like I'm not actually going to tell you what it is, but I'm going to do the whole thing. The whole thing.
Yeah, but
there'll be a surprise at the end.
Watch Goose.
God bless, Andy. God bless.
Watching Curious Goose and his camping, he's just like I'll just camp on a curb. It's still do.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I literally.
I tell you what, we ought to do in Milton Keynes is just pitch up in the middle of a roundabout somewhere.
Oh, you say that. You say that. How many accidents?
No, because I don't do that, Rev, because it would be worth ruining a car.
No, I'll be up.
Too many roundabouts.
I would ruin the car purposely.
The thing that was like one of the locks up just beyond Calendar, Loch Lubnig, all the way down the side of the loch side. There's kind of sort of man-made, I would say, sort of parking areas, and people just basically park up and pitch their tent right at the side of the loch, and they'll just sit, watch the sun go down, crack open a few beers, chill out, back on their merry way. There's a lot. I love camping, especially myself, Lockwood, and Ayrshire Vlogster. Last year we went on a camping trip and it was absolutely fantastic. The camping was probably more hilarious than the bike riding. It was just crazy. We stayed on a farm. This farmer basically was into bikes, so he allowed us to stay on the farm, and he basically set up 2 fire pits. He brought us over 2 full, see like the 1-ton sacks you get from the builders merchants. He brought us over 2 full sacks like that, full with dry timber. So we just kept on firing them on the fire. So we all sat around the fire, talking rubbish as guys do, just shooting the breeze. And it was about 3 or 4 in the morning, and there's always a couple that have a couple of beers too many, decided it'd be a good laugh to throw an aerosol can into the fire. So we're in the middle of nowhere, right? We're looking right onto Arran. It's just the Ayrshire coast, pure silence, with this explosion that sounded like World War III.
I like all that. I like all the social. I like sitting around a campfire. But as soon as it comes to going to bed, doesn't matter how drunk I am, I can't sleep. And then by the end of 2 nights, you're knackered and you're thinking, 4 hours from home, I've got to ride a motorbike.
Well, see the thing, I've got like it's a Vango bed. It's like so basically when I pitch my tent, I bring out the Vango bed, so it sits maybe about that off the ground. And what that does is creates an air break in between the obviously the cold ground and yourself, and then like you buy yourself I go on to like army surplus stores, like and you can get like a sort of winter sleeping bag for like about 50 or 60 quid, and it's like grade A. It's maybe only ever been issued to somebody but never used, and it will take you to minus 20 degrees. And these things, you end up it's a three layer sleeping bag that only. Hi, John was there as well. That's right, guys. Yeah, big bro. Brilliant. No, I forgot about that. John was on the Grey Goose that night. So it's got like three separate layers. So it's all about sort of preparing and having the right equipment.
Hang on a minute. What are you eating, Grant?
Dinner.
It's not pizza tonight.
It's not pizza tonight. I'm having it again. It's a late dinner because I was with Seb at the studio because we've basically filmed a little tribute to Her Late Majesty. So yeah, it was get out late, and I thought I'd be back in time for this to begin, and then I didn't get in till 8:30. So yeah, late dinner again.
Well, welcome to my world, mate. Welcome to my world. We are YouTube doing some stealth camp videos soon. Yeah, definitely one of I'm off now, guys. Curious, thanks for popping in, buddy. Much appreciated for your company this evening.
Love talking to him. Good lad.
Yeah. As I always say to everybody, there was a really good Facebook post that came up, and I went to go and screen grab it, and my Facebook refreshed like it does when you click out of it and go back in, and it just re-rolls everything. But someone had actually said, I can count my friends on one hand, but the friends I've got are really good friends because they're the ones that stand by me when times are tough. And that's normally most of the guys that are in this room tonight and most of the people in the side chat. We can always count on each other. Simon is the first one. Someone has a problem. Simon is the first one in this room that is on the phone. Not me and Simon, and normally the first couple on the phones to people are like, "You're right. Do you need anything?" Blah blah blah. But that's how it all is. It's great fun, and we all stick up and cover each other's backs. Alice just said, "Right, I'm off as we're up early in the morning." Oh, they're off to Snetterton. Yeah, another super sausage is going to miss. I am going to do. Cheers, John, for the. I've just picked that up. Yeah, thanks, John. We shall get that out. It was on Instagram, but it disappeared off my feed. I had to refresh my Instagram, I had to delete it and refresh my Instagram because I've got 9 Instagram pages now. Because obviously we've got the garage, we've got the bikes on there, I've got other people on there, I've got different accounts. So when I refreshed, I lost all my messages. But have fun, Ali. Great fun at Snetterton. Have a good time. Yeah, as she said, ride safe. Yeah, have great fun, Ali. Yeah, where was the invite? You're always welcome, Paul. And CDB, wish I had that. Yeah. So, Simon is back again. He's disappeared. He's back down. He's down there. He's disappeared off down there now.
Tom's internet affected me. Sorry, I've got his lurgy.
It's contagious.
Guys.
Nice talking to you, Tom.
Yeah, I'll catch you later. Nice to see you all.
All right.
Take care, bye.
See you later, Tom.
Cheers, buddy. All right. Thanks, Tom.
I'll tell you what, is it really cynical of me that when you were doing quite your nice speech, and I do agree with you, if anyone's got any issues or anyone's got any problems or feeling down, you two are quite on it. But is it quite cynical of me that I sat here the whole time and just looked at Simon and gone, go on, say something sarcastic, you fucker. I know you want to. I was getting ready for it.
No. When it comes to those sort of matters, I am serious. I mean, I am Mr. Sarcastic. You've got to know me very, very well. I spend my work. Hey, Stevie's in the room.
Stevie.
I spend my working life being politically correct and nice to people all the time, and so when I'm not at work, then I'm with the right people, I will let my hair down. So,
yeah, much needed.
Exactly.
It gives me a good balance in life. It gives me a good balance in life, and it's great to have friends like I've got in this chat, and I've said it to you as well before, Rhythmic, but you're one of the young ones I can really have a good bit of banter with because you take it as it's meant to be. You don't get offended and all the rest of it.
No,
and I think to have that kind of relationship with other men. Now I'm talking about relationships with men, so don't get excited. I'll talk about relationships with other men. It's good to have sometimes. It's a good camaraderie. Yeah. And I mean, I said it in the Wolf Tales video, and I've completely forgotten. I mentioned it back then about the camaraderie, the old being together and the part of a group and the rest of it. Definitely. Because we are social animals. It's when we're on our own, we're left to our dark thoughts, and the world creeps up on us. Yeah. It's like a hand coming up the back of your skull and just closing everything else off. Yeah. When you've got friends around you, it beats that hand away, and that is healthy. And it's it. But it's surrounding yourself with the right people, not just any people.
Not the hangers-on, exactly.
Sorry, I didn't mean rant on then. I do apologize.
Someone actually commented, Simon. They went, your bit where you shoot up the super sausage, you and Simon doing the Rev Bomb challenge. And I'm like, he went, bloody hell, how loud did Simon put his bike? Oh, it was on the limiter under the bridge. He said, but yeah.
I bounced it, yeah.
Yeah. He said, when the pair of you got onto the A5, he said, you cut your video short. And I went, yeah. I said, because we did open it up a little bit, the pair of us.
No, my camera corrupted. Did yours corrupt as well?
Mine
my
corrupted.
Camera corrupted. Yeah, it corrupted the footage.
But he said that you unfortunately, he said, you cut your camera in too early when you get to the other end of the A5D. And I went, why is that? He said, because there's shot of Simon going, 150.
Yeah. I said, I got to go home at 1:50. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Then at 2, I had to go home. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all right. Once you get past that certain speed limit and your top box starts buffeting, and then
once you pass 66 mile an hour, it squares off at 70. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Once it gets to 80, it's blue line.
Once it gets to 80, I panic. I brake. I'm scared. I'm slowing down. That 80's too fast. Don't like 80.
Yeah. Well, the only thing was, I hit I think it was 88 because I took it up to 88 mile an hour and ended up going back to 1964.
was that when we went across that private bit of land on that private road? You went up to 88.
Yeah.
That'd be that bit, yeah.
I'll tell you what though, I took all the luggage off my bike, and it's amazing how much of a difference it makes. It's really nice, and then when I have to put the luggage back on, it actually feels like I'm towing an anchor. It's just horrible now.
Yeah, when I actually bought the ZZR that came, the guy who owned it got in touch with me and said, "You bought my bike. I've got all the luggage sitting here, and I got the full Givey system, and I put it on the ZZR, and I just pulled it all back off again and sold it because I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that.
I at least need the top box is a must because I have to carry my laptop with me if I go anywhere. Especially over the last few months, I've had to use the bike for everything. But my car's back on the road now from next week. But I'll still want to use my bike. I actually, I don't know about you guys, but I actually get a little bit crotchety and grumpy if I haven't ridden my bike for a couple of days. I get withdrawal symptoms, and I didn't think like that'd happen, but it does. I get really grumpy if I haven't got on my bike.
I'll tell you what, I never get grumpy when I don't ride your bike. No, never.
No, I think you like my bike. I think with all the piss taking, I mean, I get that.
It's a triumph, isn't it? It's a triumph, isn't it? And a triumph trophy. Yeah, and I've ridden one and didn't like it. So.
Mine is...
Mick thought I was going to say something about oil.
I was getting ready for it. I still am.
But I wasn't. I was actually going to be honest then and say, look, I've ridden one and I didn't like it.
Does yours go through oil a bit then, Grant?
No, this is what pisses me off.
No, it ran out ages ago.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go a bit that Exeter said. He said, obviously, cancelling all these brilliant comedians for political correct. I was like you do, you scroll through TikTok. I came across this guy. I can't remember what comedian he is, and he's been banned in like 5 countries at the moment for he's very unpolitically correct. And he done like I think it was 9 minutes of one-liners or the top 10 one-liners that have got him banned from clubs. And I was scrolling through a couple, and the wife went, "Jesus, that is so near." I'm like, what? And then I played them, and she went, "You can't say that." I said, "That's what a comedian does. You've got to be so near." If you look at the stuff that Jim Davidson and Freddie Starr did years ago, but there was one, it was like, he's standing there and he went, he said, "I can't stand all these political snowflakes and all these emo kids going on about death, destruction and dying." Oh, sorry, no, not emo kids, chemo kids. And I'm like, oh, but that's just the way British comedians are, you know. It's if you can't go to a comedy club and have a laugh at someone else's expense, then you don't deserve to be there. You know that you're, especially if you went to see like Freddie Starr or Jim Davidson, if you were in the first 2 rows, you knew that something was going to happen. You were going to get ripped up on stage and have fun.
That type of comedian, you're under no illusion you're getting, like Frankie Boyle or something like that.
That was it, Frankie Boyle. That's the guy.
So, like, I like Stuart Francis, Canadian comedian, and one of the most brilliant things that he says is, I was standing in a park wondering why a boomerang gets bigger the closer it gets to you, and then it hit me. It's such a simple joke, but it's funny, and that's what he does. It's like
I'll tell you what catches my eye: short people with umbrellas.
Yeah, that was it.
It's like I got a job as a roofer.
I was going to say what catches my eye is erect nipples, but I'll shut up now.
Filthy's in the room. Evening, Filthy. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, great old bloke he is. You need to do some more videos, Filthy. We're missing your content, mate. You need to get out and get on that road on that MT. What was it? My free box says the arrow.
Yeah, but he's got a BMW in it, so they're square.
Yeah, exactly.
They're designed as air brakes. Let's face it. Yeah.
Talking of BMWs, Andy's video. Bloody hell, how he didn't screw that up, I don't know. Good brakes on that BMW.
Yeah,
they're definitely on the ball on that one. But Jesus,
it's always a teachable moment for everybody, isn't it? When you're in a situation like that, it's happened to all of us, and you've got a large van coming round, you can't see what's behind it. You've got to slow the fuck down, haven't you? Because you don't know, because you know damn well the car behind it or the van behind it hasn't seen you.
The thing about that suspension on that 1250 GS as well is like if he slams on the anchors, the front end's not sagging because of the way that suspension works. You know, it's like you don't get that sag on the stanchions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the bike stays more stable. Yeah.
It was well handled.
He isn't a bad rider, though, to be quite fair.
Yeah. Trouble is, you slam on the anchors on a GS, see your pillion literally go over your head, don't you?
Exactly. Yeah. As Exeter said, it was bloody close. Yeah. It was very, very close. But
you've got to remember as well, whenever you put a camera on something, it makes everything look further away, doesn't it? So
exactly. Yeah. But poor Rhythmic's surrounded by the pensioners again.
He's not surrounded at all. We put him down there in the corner eating his dinner. He's on the children's table.
And he can't leave the table until he's finished it all.
Absolutely. Otherwise, he gets no fucking pudding. You can't have your pudding if you don't eat your meat.
You had fish and chips.
Gammon and chips.
Oh, gammon.
Gammon.
Oh, yeah, gammon. It's Friday. You're supposed to have fish, you Philistine.
Yeah, I had saveloy.
Oh, that's right. I had risotto. but it was fish risotto. No, it wasn't chicken.
We'll do this. Hang on. Oh, bugger it. It's too many letters
on the table, for fuck's sake.
Hang on. We'll put that and we'll stick brackets around that. There we go.
Oh, I'm worried about what he's doing now. Can someone move me? Rhythmic, swap places with me. Hey, anorexic. It's the anorexic kid.
Oh, it's great when you run the stream and you can change people's names.
Raw.
That van incident was scary. Yes, it was. Doing well. No elbows on the table, Port says. Spent the week working out a new editing software and create. Oh, Boat and Bike Bird's doing an intro.
Hey.
So, if things, as Simon says, looks further away on the camera, how near was that silver Audi then that you nearly had a head on with a couple of months back?
Inches.
Brown saddle moment. That was scary. That was.
I didn't say a word. I didn't swear. I didn't pray. I didn't everything.
You don't get a chance, do you? It happens so quickly.
You just deal with. And you'll find that a lot when I have close misses, close calls, and people pull out me on roundabouts and bellows and that. If you've got time to start swearing at them, you could have avoided them a long time ago.
Yeah.
JDM, we'll get your parcel off to you tomorrow, mate.
You didn't say how close it was, Simon, but you did say that you could smell his bell end. So
He was wearing Estee Lauder. He had blue eyes. But yeah, that one was very, 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 very extremely close. I count myself lucky on that one. But
to be fair, the Audi wouldn't have come off well either. So trust me, if there's any bike in the world he didn't want to hit, it probably was yours.
Yeah. I mean, I was just thinking if this all goes wrong, I thought I was going to lose a pannier. It was that close. I thought, well, I've lost my right pannier. That's another 800 quid I've got to find for a new pannier, you know. And that's the one the wife puts all of her electrical goods in when we go away. So
I think YouTube's algorithm obviously is getting a bit more sophisticated because it now brings up a lot of stuff that you Google. And when I've been like looking at the subject of motorcycle training and stuff like that, what's coming up now is all these guys in America on these lovely stretching roads that they have in some states in the US. There's a little bit of a culture of these motorcyclists going around without all the proper gear, taking these bends and.
What it is, I mean, that's been around for ages. Because if you ever went on, like, because we used to do it in a little practice session for one of the classes I used to run, I used to tell people to go and look on Google for something specific, whether it be a Hoover or whatever, and then open up Facebook and look for the adverts, and the adverts will be just what you was looking at. Yeah, and they've been doing that for years, and YouTube have finally caught up and started using the same. Yeah. It's all to do with reading the cookies you got.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but I understand that if you've got an Alexa or you've got like a Hey Google in the house, so you start talking, it's listening passively all the time.
Paul, do you know one of the worst?
You set her off. You just started her off.
Paul, do you know one of the worst for it? The Ring doorbell.
Oh, yeah.
Because like it was, I can't remember the name. Was it Panorama? Did a documentary, and Amazon are one of the biggest information gatherers in the world, and they interviewed this guy who was leaning over his fence talking to his neighbour because his neighbour was cutting his grass. And he loved the way the lawn was getting striped, and he was asking him about the lawnmower. And he came into his house, and the first thing that he came onto his computer when he switched it on was lawnmowers, eBay, Amazon, so on and so forth. Yeah. What Amazon do is they've got what's called sniffing software. And basically what it does is it sniffs out keywords. They basically set an algorithm to listen for keywords. And if you mention these keywords, so that must be happening with Alexa. It must be happening with the Fire Stick if you've got one of them. Anything that you can press a button and talk into. So you're given permissions to open up microphones and open up cameras at specific times. They can do that because you're giving them permission. You might not be aware that you're giving them permission because if you're like me, you scroll to the bottom and then click accept. You don't read all the terms and conditions that are on, and that's what they're banking on.
And I'll tell you what, when it comes to the Ring doorbells, it was 2 months ago, I think, there was a case that went to court where a neighbour wanted his neighbour to remove the Ring doorbell because it records everything as you're walking past. Yes. And his door was only a few feet from the road, and he had to walk past it to get to his front door. And he won the case. He got it removed.
You see, there's like obviously like the Data Protection Act is like yourself as an image. You can say, for example, you walk into a superstore and there's a superstore maybe have 30, 40 cameras. You can put a request in writing to the manager of that store to have every single bit of footage that contained you in it, and they must by law provide it to you. And if you were to do that every single day, the people would start reconsidering the way that these cameras have been used.
And then you got the other law. Then you got the other law where people, like Audit in Britain and that do their filming, perfectly legal, and it's even legal for him to walk up to an office window and film.
Yeah.
He's not actually breaking any law.
No.
As long as he's in the public access, anything you can see from that public access, he can film.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous. And the only way to interfere with them because the police, everybody goes out and challenges them. They have a big argument, and he gets 100,000 views on his video. Because we had him come down to our mail centre, and the mail centre manager said to me, he said, "You're a YouTuber. What can I do to stop him filming?" I said, "Well, you can't stop him filming, but you can make his footage unusable." And I think it's a discussion we had in here once. He said, "How do I do that?" I said, "Put some loud music on your phone and go out and talk to him."
Yeah.
And that will stop it. Then they will not allow copyright. They won't allow his footage.
That's exactly it. Yeah. Copyright.
We had, because obviously my missus, one of her friends at work, Lisa, she's got a Ring doorbell, and she had what used to be Hermes, deliver a parcel to her house. Now, her cat's sitting quite patiently on the wall by the front door, waiting to go in. And this black guy walks up and he shoos the cat away. Go away, go away, go away. And he's obviously on the phone to his friend or whatever. And he dings the doorbell. She's not in because she's obviously at work. Then he picks up a stone and throws it at the cat. And she's got it on the Ring doorbell. The cat, you can hear the cat go and disappear off. Then he dings the doorbell again. Still no answer. The cat comes back to sit on the wall. So he smacks the cat off the wall. She complained to Every and said, "Look, I've got the footage of your guy attacking my cat. The cat was as placid as anything. It just wanted to come in the house. And it sits on the wall all day waiting for me to get home." They didn't do anything about it. So she made a formal complaint and sent the video in. And she put it up on her Facebook. This is how an Every driver respond. Loads of people did it. But then next thing she knows, she's got a phone call from the Daily Mail saying, "We want to share this footage. Can we have your footage? We won't give you a compo payment but we will give you a gratuity." They called it a gratuity. "We'll send you a gratuity." So she said, "Yeah, if you want to." So basically, it went. Every have been reported now. It's not just her that started it. Loads of people have started reporting Every now.
Yeah.
For chucking parcels over fences.
Well,
that's because they're fucking useless.
To be fair, the delivery driver was only treating the cat the same way he delivers the parcels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But
smack it.
Yeah,
one. Yeah. Right.
He's lost his job now. But she said it's not just him. There was loads of these Every drivers that are getting reported now because they're just not handling people's mail the way it should be done. And it just shows you pay, I think it's 21p for a stamp now, Simon?
And the rest, try 92 first
90, yeah, but you go and stick a first class stamp on your letter, it's going to get to the other end because Royal Mail do it. But if you were to say I'm going to send this letter to Nottingham, you try sending that to Nottingham or taking it by van yourself. How much is that going to cost you?
Hang on a minute. A first class stamp's 10p, isn't it?
I don't know. I'll
tell you what, the two geezers up in the top corners, they're in the fucking Stone Age, isn't it? It ain't been 10 or 21p for more than 20 years.
I just go with the boss's card. Can I have a pack of stamps, please? Pay with it. Bring it home. There's your stamps.
Yeah, I think it's 92p for a first class stamp.
Does your workplace not have like an outgoings tray? That's where I put all my mail.
No, we don't send very much by Royal Mail. Most of our stuff is DPD, unless it's obviously the logbooks we're sending to DVLA.
Everything I've ever sent ever, I've just taken the letter, the envelope to work and put it in the outgoing because they'll put a stamp or whatever they do.
They'll frank it. You're a business, the councils, they usually frank it to have a meeting.
Yeah, I'll just do that. John, I sent John McLean's one.
Take it there yourself.
I actually have been to the post office and purchased stamps to send stuff. Just recently, military biker, Toby Northern, a guy in Australia, and everything else. I've sent them stickers, and I actually had to go. It's embarrassing. I've had to go to the post office and buy postage because I have no idea how much it was going to cost. I've got all these stamps here, and I could do. I stick 2 or 3 on it. I'll just take the post office and buy it. They'll put the right post on it.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, if you're gonna send something, at least Royal Mail it's gonna get there.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Eventually.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, they have lost stuff in the past.
Yeah, but
we deliver 100 million items a day, and if you lose 20, that's pretty bloody good going, actually.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate if you happen to be one of the 20, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I have been one of the 20, trust me.
So have I.
I must be living in the past, because in my world it's still £2.50 a pint, and it's still £5 for a packet of 20 ciggies.
Yeah, Paul actually lives in the 1950s.
That's only if you got Wetherspoons, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, all Wetherspoons. Yeah.
Oh, Wetherspoons, yeah.
I've never been to a Wetherspoons.
You
only go to the Wetherspoons when you're too lazy to microwave your own dinner. Let's face it.
Yeah.
When I was at uni, I basically lived in a Wetherspoons.
That's because it's cheap beer and cheap food, isn't it? Yeah.
Everyone went there. It was great.
Whenever we're at conference, that's where we live. In
Everyone
Wetherspoons.
the Wetherspoons.
Oh, there we are. Oh, it's just Google drinks every time I keep seeing adverts for Debbie Does Done. I want to know because we tend to not watch terrestrial TV because we don't use a TV license here. I've got a very, very naughty Fire Stick with over 200 channels on it. You can buy these naughty Fire Sticks, so you can get on all the foreign channels.
You know, you can get a cream for a naughty Fire Stick.
I know, yeah.
Yes.
But I want to know is like you're clicking through and you get these really strange adverts. Oh, do you suffer from erectile dysfunction? I'm like, flipping hell, what the hell's this?
There's a cream for that as well.
Yeah, but
Allegedly.
we
There's
sat
a wee blue pill.
Yeah, we sat watching one the other night for the old panty liners, and it used to be this is a panty liner with pour water in it. She now pours red liquid in it, and I'm like, oh really? Come on.
Has any has ever tried one of the wee blue pills?
Yeah.
I tried one, but I couldn't.
What? Without Paul answering, I think I already knew the answer to it.
I'm just being honest. Of course
I tried one, but I couldn't swallow it. I ended up with a stiff neck for about 12 hours.
Yeah, I tried the eye drops. It just makes you look hard.
You swallowed it. I thought you put them up your gum. I thought it was a suppository. Shit, now I know what I'm doing wrong.
That's fucking brilliant. That's killed me.
Have you tried the stair exercise route much, Foxy? Yeah.
You imagine someone with my weak bladder in a Witherspoons, didn't you? The first thing I'm looking is where are the stairs to the toilet, because that's where I need a table.
It's like, what was it? Who was it that did the? There was someone that did the advert for the Stanner stair lift, and the poor old boy sits on it, and it shoots him out the top window.
Oh fucking hell! That's killing me.
Don't cry, Grant.
I can't. It's absolutely. I wasn't expecting it, and it took me a second to go. What's?
I haven't told you all about what used to happen to me when I was 12. Going to an all-boys school. And we had an ugly history teacher, but when you're a boy and you're 12, that history teacher looks pretty good. And when you're 12, you get these involuntary things that happen, you know what I'm talking about. And I was asked to go up to the chalkboard and finish off this particular problem, and I couldn't do it. I said, "Sorry, miss, I can't. I don't know. I can't." And she made me do it, and I stood up. And I nearly took out the poor bastard that was sitting in front of me.
It was like, go on.
And yeah, I didn't live that down for a while.
Oh,
I was going to say about the because that just reminds me, because it was Frankie Boyle's head, and he was on about what was it? Operation U Tree that the BBC did or something?
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, Operation U Tree." He said it managed to catch a lot of people on the BBC. He said, but it also caught a lot of Catholic priests at it as well. He said, and he said I actually went to the Crown Court in London to watch this Catholic priest get done for messing around with choir boys. He said the priest in the dock, and he said, "You're up on allegations that you sexually interfered with 12 choir boys." And he said there was all the other BBC ones all stood in the dock, and he said, he said, and the judge turned around to the Catholic priest. He went, "Right," he said, "you've got 6 months probation and 10 hours of community service." And a member of the press stood up and went, "Your Honour, come on, you've got to give him more time." And he went, "Sit down and shut the fuck up." And he went, "Why?" He said, "I've heard that choir sing and they needed a good fucking."
You know when you've been around a bit and you've heard all these jokes before.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we had. Do you remember? 40 for a packet of 20 silk cut outside the new. Do you remember them, the old fag machines? Just put your pound coins in that sugar.
Aye.
I respect all the unions for that, but they're doing greater good. They are indeed. Yeah, yeah.
And I'll tell you what, our union, we were supposed to be on strike today, but because obviously we carried the crown, and we decided to cancel today's strike and went back into work at about 8 o'clock last night. The news came out, so yeah. It's for the greater good. There, yeah. So that was out a sign of respect for the royal family because we carried the crown. Even though we're a private company, we still carry the crown. There you go.
Here, I'm going to ask a wee motorbiking question. If I may.
That's unusual on this channel.
If I may.
That'd be novel.
What bike do you think that whatever manufacturer, what in the category of biking that we all ride in, what bike do you think needs to be made that isn't already out?
Volvo. Imagine if Volvo were to make
it would be a tank because the cars don't ever get damaged; they just bounce off walls.
Exactly.
That's it.
Someone needs one of them.
So the whole bike would be encompassed by a big airbag.
Yeah.
Isn't that called a car?
You don't have a balloon.
But just imagine if Volvo made a motorbike.
It's just like the way I'm looking at it just now is like the hyper sports market's kind of whittling away. The naked bikes have had their moment in the sun, and I can't see them going much further. Adventure biking for me seems to be on the increase.
Yeah,
I'm seeing a lot more people slipping over to the dark side.
Well, you know what? More and more people getting into the adventure biking is because they can no longer lean over a tank, isn't it? Once you get to a certain age, you can't. You need that sitting up position, sit up and beg. So.
Well,
yeah,
you know.
I mean,
70% of adventure bike owners don't even take the thing off road.
Yeah. No. Do you know what I think it is? I think it's purely I'm not like I like the adventure bikes. Like they're okay, cool. You see one, a different one. I mean, they all to me look the same, but like the amount of models that are out there. But I think people genuinely just buy them simply because they can do everything. It's that it can be my weekend warrior. It could be my commute to work, but I could also tour on it. And if I am nuts and want to take it, I don't know, on the Egyptian pyramids, I probably could as well. Do you know what I mean? I think that's why everyone does it now.
Yep. I mean, Lockwood just bought the Africa Twin.
Exactly.
And it's a beautiful bike. And I test rode it at the Birmingham Bike Show a few years ago. I think it was 2018 that I first did it. I think it was the first generation. And it was the DCT, the one that he's got, but he's got the newer version. And I test rode it, and I said to him, I thought it was brilliant. I said, but if I'm buying a bike like that, I have to join a club. Yeah. And that club is to teach me how to set that bike up, how to ride it as hard as possible in the dirt, and all the tracks and all the gear, and dropping it, picking it back up, going again, and so on and so forth, and use that bike for what it's designed for.
Yeah.
But the thing is, and I know fine well that on the road it's a more than capable bike as well. Definitely. More than capable, but it does require, it's more of a hybrid tire that it needs, because the knobblies that it would generally sit on, they do give you decent traction, but it's not the best. So you have to make a certain compromise. But I can understand why a lot of people are sliding over towards that way. And in my eyes, I just feel as if bike manufacturers must be sitting just now going, what way do we go here?
Yeah.
Do we build another? Do we build a super bike? Do we tailor for this market? Where's the population? Where are they buying their bikes? What is it they're doing?
No, you say so.
I think we're in a crossover period. I mean, like Simon, you're sitting in the 1400 GTR. I'm sitting in the ZZR 1400. I think the age of the big bikes is gone.
Yeah.
I think we're sitting in history.
Do you know why? Because I think simply because you look at like, and I have to go to like old cars here. You look at like the Ford Focus, what was it, the ST200 or ST220? When the first ever, right? That had to have the big engine, the Mondeo 2-liter ST. It needed a big engine, and now they make the same brake horsepower in a fucking 1-liter EcoBoost engine. And I simply, the only reason I think it's because is obviously back in like the late 90s and before, and obviously even maybe even to the early 2000s, you put a lot of brake horsepower in a big engine because it was built to last. Whereas now I think so many more people, myself included, we're all on, most of us are all on finance deals where we don't plan to have the thing for more than 3 years. So you look at like these Ford Fiestas now, the 1-liter EcoBoosts that produce over 130 odd brake horsepower. That engine is so fucking stretched. It's on the edge of its limits the whole time.
Yeah, but it's not, and I can understand why it's happened, because like one of the best engines I would say on the market just now is the 3-cylinder Volkswagen turbocharged engine. And basically what that was a blueprint for the Bugatti Veyron, because they wanted to build the W12, so they built a 3-cylinder, then they V'd it into the 6-cylinder, and then they W'd it into the 12. So they basically, what they did was, to save money, was prove the format on a 3-cylinder, increase it and increase it and increase it. So the spend on their budget was far less. But what they did was create one of the most powerful 3-cylinder engines that's ever been created.
Yep. Yeah, this is like you say, it all goes down to like the whole saving cost thing, doesn't it? At the end of the day, that's the idea. If they can build them cheaper and sell them for more money, because obviously, if they're saving money, the great thing is about national or global. What is it? The increases of price, the costs, everything goes up. Inflation exists for that reason.
Simon touched on it on the Wolf Tales with the supercharger and the GTR.
Yeah.
That's why Kawasaki are going down that road. Why build a 1400 when you can build 1000, put a supercharger on it?
Put a supercharger on it. Like I think I remember saying all those EcoBoost engines that I'm talking about. I think from Ford, they all have turbos on them, don't they? I don't drive one. They've all got turbos. Like you say, why build a massive engine that's going to cost you all the labor and craftsmanship that goes into it, when you can just build a Diddy engine, whack a big turbo on it.
Basically, what's happening just now is like what you would class as like a Ford 2-liter Ghia engine is now a 1.2 turbocharged engine.
Yeah, simple.
It's lighter. It becomes more economical because you're not hauling that big cast iron lump about.
No.
So your fuel economy is through the roof. You're fitting in with all your.
I think it'd be interesting to find out if these little 1.2 turbo engines, how long they would last.
This is the thing,
because you've got like 5-liter V6, V8 Mustangs and that.
Yeah.
That 40 years later are still sounding new.
I was going to say, how many times
era now of having disposable cars? It's all about making them out of consumable materials and having them recyclable.
I was gonna say, like, one of the cheapest cars back in like the late 90s, early 2000s was when Ford brought out the Ford Ka, the KA, right? And I mean the original fucking ugly shaped one, right? How many of those though do you still see on the road? Bearing in mind they would have been driven like shit, treated like shit, probably crashed. All of them probably just like, oh, how do I know?
Most of them have had more hits than take that.
Yeah.
I've had two.
Look how many of those you still see on the road, as opposed to probably the newer ones. Like, because when the shape all changed and the engine all changed, I guarantee there are ones that got built in 2012 that have had engine blows before those old ones have, simply because it was built to last. I think we're all a bit privileged now. We all have a lot more money than we ever. I know, obviously.
You see, the car manufacturers and that, they've cottoned onto something here, haven't they? If they don't make it to last, you buy a new one.
Exactly. That's all it is.
Basically, it's man-made obsolescence. It's like you buy a washing machine that's maybe got a 3-year warranty. 3.5 years or 4 years later, that washing machine will just go
bang,
and that's it. It's gone, and it's a part that will go on it that renders it obsolete.
Yeah, because they test these things, they know exactly how long they're going to last.
Of course they do.
And I've always said, it's why I know when they first came over, a lot of people were a bit skeptical, but Like you buy a new Kia now, and it's like what 7-year warranty.
7 year, yeah.
People go nuts for that because they're like, I can own that car.
What,
for
a
7
Sportage?
years. A Sportage, yeah, would be my first choice.
It's not a Sportage. It's not a Sportage. It's a Sportage.
No, Sportage. No, if you pronounce it correctly, Paul.
In Essex, it's a Sportage.
He's not seen none of our films, has he? Our videos
the
or clips?
finest
No.
accent for the finest car, Paul. I won't accept any of your insignificance of it.
Well, all I'm going to say
I actually
is
got in trouble for that Kia Sportage, and I'll tell you a funny little story. Was it this week or last week? I tagged you and Uncle Red in a Kia Sportage GT line picture.
I did see you. I was very happy.
Right, okay, so I took a picture of the badge, the Sportage 8 and the GT line and posted it on to my Instagram and tagged up Uncle Red and Rhythmic in it. Now, there's a guy in my work who's got a black one of those, same car apparently, who crossed the picket line. Now, he made a complaint that I was having a pop at him because the music this is how legends are made. He claimed I was doing it to intimidate him. So he made a complaint and I had to go and defend myself.
No, there's no way.
Now, there was two problems with this. One is the car I took pictures of is grey. He's got a black one. Or there's another problem as well. And another problem is I didn't know he had a Kia Sportage. I had no idea what fucking car he took.
Yeah.
And the other and the other one was if you look at the when you take a photo, it's got an under the description of the photo, it will tell you what time you took that picture.
Yeah.
And I took it at 10:25 a.m. when he was at home in bed.
Every photograph's get metadata now, so
yeah. So I took that complaint. And went.
It was like it was my mum's birthday the other day, and I bought her one of the Fabrage eggs.
Oh,
have you ever heard of those Fabrage eggs?
I've heard of Fabergé eggs.
See, Sportage.
With all the crystals and nice like diamonds and shit.
Yeah, I've heard of Fabergé, but not Fabrage.
Who's getting 15 miles per gallon? BBB. What do you
BBB?
You must ride everywhere in first gear.
What does BBB drive?
19 on a long run.
Bad.
You've got to be talking about a dirty, great big bleeding tank there or something, haven't you?
That's Volvo. It's a Volvo.
Oh, that's fine. Volvo makes up for it.
Volvo
makes up for it because you could
park. But at least you know if you hit something, it's being destroyed.
That's what I mean. If there was
that's what most people say. Oh, what you got? I got a Volvo. Volvo? Or you drive it like a can.
Monetization's going downwards.
I know.
I don't even know.
It says no jokes and F-bombs. Doesn't say anything about the word cunt. No, I didn't know you were
Did he say cunt? Can you say cunt?
Hang on, let's have a look. I had a Volvo S40 and it was one of the best cars I ever had.
I've never been old enough to own a Volvo yet.
We're yellow.
It's like a 2-litre diesel Volvo S40 and it was brilliant. And I had a 440 SI as well.
I had a V40.
Which was the old fastback, and it was
that was a great car, the V40.
Yep, such a brilliant car.
Although technically the V40 and the S40 were Mitsubishi.
Well, aye. Well, I think the best Volvo that was ever made was the T5.
Yes, it was a bullet, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
They were good. They were good old cars.
I'm too young, so like probably
I'm too young to have ever owned one.
The nicest car I've owned, and it's really bad. I owned. I'm talking about like the Ford KA. I owned the street car, which was the convertible KA.
That's a hairdresser's car.
Fucking how did we not guess that he had Barbie's car? That was Barbie's car, wasn't it?
I can just have that Grant's driving down the road with his hair like the guy out of Outrun.
Yeah. I loved that thing, man. That thing was cool. That was a great car.
I think we should all do the rhythmic challenge, and that is we should all grow our hair.
I would love to see it. I mean, Dave can't. Dave's hair's like disappearing at the back.
It's
So.
disappearing at the back. Fucking, look at that.
Fucking hell, that's one hell of a solar panel, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I'd love to see everyone grow their hair out. That would be awesome.
You got to do the Rev Bomb challenge yet? Anyway,
what's that?
I know. I still got to do that.
I've still to do that as well.
It was on the beginning of our Super Sausage video. That's all you get.
I got to make sure. I
got in trouble for that one.
Yeah. I got to make sure
Rev
my
Bomb?
engine doesn't
Really?
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I went under a tunnel in Bletchley, and I was on the way to meet Red, and I knew he was doing the Red Bond challenge. So as I was under, I thought, right, I'll get it out of the way with now. So I pinned the engine under the tunnel. I gets up to Dave, bing, 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 my phone goes off, and it was my wife that was working in the shopping centre opposite just texted me and said, Rev Bomb, really? Yep, I'm a child.
But someone's actually scrolled my video back. He said, the bit where you pan the camera around, have you seen the guy in the window of the barge doing this at you and Simon? I'm like, yes.
I did say we was going to wake up boat people.
Brilliant. Look at Zed. He looks stylish as fuck.
Wow.
Oh, that's
it's
awesome.
Donny Osmond.
Oh, Zed. Do you know what makes it even cooler? Yours like poofs out.
Oh, man, it's like Marty Pello or wet. So
it's like the royal family there.
Oh dear.
Talking about obviously that was the joke that would someone said to me. He said Queen's getting dressed up, and Prince Philip came out and he's got his hat on, and the Queen said, "Why are you wearing an animal on your head?" He said, "Well, we're going to Milton Keynes, aren't we, Elizabeth?" And she went, "Yes." And he said, "But I did say to you we're going to Milton Keynes, and you said wear the fox hat."
Where the fuck is that? Yeah.
I like
Red Bomb's pulled out his joke book from the 1970s.
This idea here.
Yeah, here we go. Here we are. Rhythmic set motor vloggers challenge. Does that mean we've all got to get a tin of L'Oreal and try and...
What I want to see everyone get their hair wet under the shower, film themselves slow.
He wants us to all film ourselves in the shower for his pleasure. Did you hear that? That's what I heard.
Right. That's it. I'm going to do something for you, Rhythmic. We're going to do a L'Oreal challenge then.
You know. Oh, no. I'll win this.
I should do something for the L'Oreal challenge, and I'll tag you in on it.
I've pretty much done it, and it's been nearly 2 hours, and none of you twats have actually fucking noticed.
Go on.
Well, you've not noticed my hair colour, then, you blind twats.
I thought you just had it washed. Oh, he's had it dyed.
Is that ginger?
Is it ginger? Fuck off.
It is, it's ginger.
Does it look ginger?
Hey, it's ginger at the front there. It's ginger.
You blind arseholes. Of course not. It's the fucking light in the room.
I mean, you're sitting under a red fucking light.
I am sitting under a red light. No, I this morning, right, I deliberated over this for ages. And I'm actually surprised after 5 whiskeys I can still say deliberated. But there you go. So I found this bottle of Just for Me. Oh, it's downstairs. And I sat there looking at it ages this morning, and I'm thinking, shall I? Oh, fuck it. Go on then. Let's do it. So I mixed it up, and I only put half in because I thought the picture on the box, the bloke's got really, really black hair. And if I like go from suddenly grey to black, everyone's going to look at me and think, what a twat. So I thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'll put half of it in, give it a good old shake, and it says in the instructions you leave it in there for 5 minutes, no longer. Very important, that bit. No longer than 5 minutes. Otherwise, you end up looking like a complete twat. Oh, yes. So I thought, I know. I'm going to do 2.5 minutes. So there I was. Stopwatch on. I thought, I light a bag. I'll have a ciggy. And I've looked at the stopwatch and I thought, oh, fuck me, it's 3.5 minutes. So I've run off to the bathroom and I got the old shower head and it's all running, all the water's running black. I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's all come out. Maybe I'll just come out and it'll all be like grey again like it was. So I've like stumbling along, I've got shampoo in my eyes, I'm cursing and swearing like an idiot. I've pretty much picked up the cat and wiped my face with it and dried my hair. And I thought, okay, let's just unsteam the mirror. And I've looked in, I thought, oh, fuck my life. It's like totally black. And I thought, oh, I've washed it like 20 times.
little bit. You should have done the beard as well.
Some of the greys coming back, so it looks. I look a bit like that idiot out of the Fantastic Four. I just wish I had the rubber arms to go with it. But yeah. So anyway, so I've done all this, and I've got my mate Derek, and he's like, bing, bing, bing on the phone. He's like, when are we meeting? Because I had to sort of take my tools back to give him back his tools. And I thought, fucking hell, I've got to go out looking like this. Thank God I got a motorbike. I can just leave my crash helmet on. I know, I'll leave my crash helmet on. Got my bike, went down to Sandy, and I got there, and he's at the coffee shop, and I've got there, and I'm thinking, I'm not going to get away with just dumping the tools and pissing off here. He's like, bought me a coffee. It's sitting on the table. He's going, stay for coffee. I've got you your caramel latte. And I'm thinking, oh, shit, what am I going to do now? So I've got a table of old biddies over here, and he's like taking the piss out of them. He's a bit of a gobby bastard, my mate Derek. And I've got a table of people over here, and I'm thinking, fuck it, here we go. So I've gone, and he's gone, fudge me, look at the state of your barnet right in front of the whole Sandy Town Centres. Now, like, looking at me, I'm thinking, oh, the ground, please open up and swallow me and take me now. And thanks for drawing attention to that, Derek.
Mate, that whole story's a vlog.
Yeah.
It could be, couldn't it? Maybe I should have filmed it.
That would have been
That whole story's a vlog, so it is.
That's the vlog, absolutely.
I don't know why you dyed your hair, because you're before you had quite a darkish grey.
It was a very blondie silver.
Was it? I don't remember that.
Funnily enough, right, before I got married a second time, this was the colour that my hair was.
And then it got...
It's the second marriage that fucked me. Literally in every way. Yeah, so I've just gone back to my normal colour.
So I've got hair just like that, but not on my head.
I did wonder if I should do the rest of it.
You might as fucking well, mate. Yeah, the beard's got to be done.
Beard. And you have to get separate stuff for the beard. It doesn't work on the beard. No more silver fox. Exactly, Jay. No more silver fox.
It's when you do the just for women, you do the there, and you do the curtains down below, and then you realise it's fucking hair remover.
Oh, that's another story.
Imac, yeah.
Have you seen the review on Amazon for Imac?
No.
It's called Veep now.
You should go onto Amazon and look at the reviews. There's a guy put a review on saying it's not for your hunting malls.
Must sting a bit.
That's a cracker.
Hey, you see, that's a subject in his own right. You see, manscaping is now a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to elaborate?
Well, Rhythmic does it,
Why
obviously.
am I the only one saying yeah? What the fuck's wrong? What are you doing, people?
I don't know.
Of course.
What?
I'm like Jay out of the in-between. The old dagger.
Hang on, I've just found it. I've got to share this.
Oh, God, brace yourself.
Is that the review?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Do not put on no.
being a loose cannon who does not play by the rules, the first thing I did was ignore the warning and smear this all over my knob and bollocks. The bollocks I knew and loved are now gone. In their place is a maroon-coloured bag of agony. Oh. It sends stabs of pain up my body every time it grazes against my thigh or clothing. I am suffering so you don't have to. Heed my lesson. Do not put on your knob and bollocks. Oh, Jesus.
Now, you see, this customer review would have been reviewed by somebody at Amazon, and they thought, oh, yeah, let's put that up.
Yeah.
I'm giving this product 5 stars because despite the fact that I think my bollocks might fall off, they're now completely hairless.
Brilliant.
You know.
On a more serious note, have you ever heard of the Amazon killer?
No,
Amazon what?
The Amazon killer.
What's that?
Now, I actually remember that it was like the police in America stumbled upon this guy's property in America, and he had loads of containers, and they opened up the bolt cutters, and they opened up a container, and they found a girl actually chained to the back of the container. Well, this guy had obviously been abusing her and so on and so forth, but with the view to killing her. But he had done this over a number of periods, and it's actually motorbike related as well, because it all started when he bought a CBR 6, I think it was a CBR 600 from a bike dealership in America, and it was too fast for him and he couldn't handle it. And when he took the bike back and they wouldn't take it back, he decided that he would go on a rampage, and he killed the 4 people in the bike shop. So that was the start of it. But the reason he got his name, the Amazon Killer, was when he started this plot about kidnapping couples, which is what he was doing with the view to them working on his property. He would kill the guys, abuse the girls until a point, and then get rid of them. He would buy chains, padlocks, knives, so on and so forth, and then he would leave reviews on Amazon saying, "I've never had anyone escape from these chains yet. These are..." and padlocks and everything. This is the best padlock I've ever had, and that's how the police started to track him down. There's a whole documentary about it. It's unbelievable. I can't remember the guy's name.
Yeah, oh wow.
I'm still on the boating biker bird. As a former beautician, I've had to perform a back, sack, and crack wax. There's a new challenge.
It was an awkward time for both of us, so
it's, I want a back, sack, and crack.
I can't understand all these newfangled things. I went into the chemist the other day for deodorant, and like the girl behind the counter was like, "Is it the ball type?" I said, "No, just for under my arms."
You've been reading Rev's fucking joke book, haven't you?
Oh God.
Well, it is a challenge for you. Someone come up with a fucking original joke, because I'm dying here. Come on.
I've just gone through the best Amazon reviews of this. This one's hilarious. 30 times you nailed. Is what was it? I ordered this when I was drunk, thinking it was a giant ice cream sandwich. I didn't realise it was. It's a bed, not the $150 ice cream sandwich I wanted. Oh, there's loads on it.
You have a look on there somewhere. There's someone showed it to me. There's a review for a vibrator, and all there is a picture of a fucking damp bed.
It causes too much pain and agony. Don't know why it's so popular. I'm going back to using toilet paper. Oh. What can I say? It never occurred that people out there with a head diameter the same diameter as their wrists. Oh God. And a photo of her trying to get it over her head. Oh, I love it. It's some great. Just type in best Amazon reviews. As a former beautician, I've had to perform a back, sack, and crack wax. That was fun.
Only one?
Only the one, yeah.
Only the one sack.
Yeah.
How many sacks you got?
Yeah. Like going to the beautician, just buy yourself a reel of duct tape. Does the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Duct tape really hurts, though.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Oh God. It's some awful.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Anyway, that killed the conversation, didn't it?
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, pain, pure pain.
I had my chest waxed once. That was painful because a friend of mine was starting up a beauty business, and I was the guinea pig, and I was lying there, and she put the strip of wax on there and gave it a fucking good old tug. And I don't know how women take themselves through this pain of waxing legs and stuff, because I'll tell you what, it was the worst pain I've ever had in my life.
Because their pain threshold is much better than ours.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up. We can't take shit.
Definitely.
So I went round for days with a hairy chest bar, one strip. I looked like a proper bell end when I went to the seaside, let me tell you.
Oh, here we are. One for you, Grant. You don't know the pain until you get married. Here we go.
I've been married twice.
Yeah, see, Paul's made the mistake for me.
I've been
All right.
Wedding cake patches now.
I won't tell you what number my missus is at the moment. Then
3.
What?
Fuck off. Really?
Get out.
Now he's number 4.
I don't feel so bad now.
3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 20 years.
Is this your marriages? Is this your marriages or her marriages?
No, my marriages.
Fucking hell.
21, 3 months, and she pissed off with the drummer of my band and took the washing up bowl and took the plug, so I couldn't wash up in the sink. Yeah.
Fucking hell, at 21, I think I was just about learning to tie my shoes.
Yeah. The second one pissed off with all the light bulbs from the house and took the fuses out of the electric box.
Oh, it wasn't bitter then.
Yeah. As Jay's got it right, Rev's wife loves the cake.
Fucking love it.
Well,
the third one was even worse. Yeah, she buggered off with all the curtains. She took every single curtain and net curtain down from the windows and buggered off with them.
I was going through all my pictures on my phone, and I've actually got a picture. I think I'd give Grant a run for his money. Right? Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That is brilliant.
I'll message you.
Yeah, dude.
So you can see it without the lights.
The funny thing was, I met Mel. Mel was 21 when I first met her. I was 36. So there's 15 years different. There's 15 years between me and Mel. But I said to her, just think, I said, when I was getting married for the first time, I could have been down your infant school. As you come out of nursery, she's next.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
But we get on like a house on fire. You know, she puts up with all this shit on a Friday night and me doing constant on the computer blogging, but she puts up with it. Bless her.
She's on Amazon, busy shopping. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, this is it.
No, the thing was, when the drone turned up, and she was like, "What the fuck have you bought now? It's 600 quid drone. What?" And then I went and obviously bought the GoPro, the Media Mod, the bloody Rode mics, and she's seen my Amazon bill for this month. It's £2,100, and she was like, "I suppose that's coming out the savings." I went, "No, actually, it's come out of my YouTube money." And she went, "Oh, it's gone with PayPal because the last bit's come out of my PayPal, £12.34." And she went, "Bloody hell." I said, "That's my YouTube money for the last year that I've just banged into the bank." And she went, "Oh." I said, "But anyway," I said, "you can go shopping with your mum this weekend." She went, "Why is that?" I said, "Because I've shifted the other 200 quid into your joint account, go and buy some clothes and some shopping." So
she can go buy herself a drone.
This is kill. I don't know what's creepier, your hair in it or the happiness in your face.
Just pure joy.
Can you pass Stu my number? I've lost his. Yeah, I'll stick it up in the private, Stu. Let me get Jay's number up for you.
Yeah, there's a message for you in the private chat as well, Stu.
How's that? Oh,
that is killed.
Let me get his number up.
No, aye.
So I just want to clarify, Grant, in that cabinet behind you.
There you go, Stu. That's Jay's number for you.
Is that spoons?
Cool. Yeah, loads of them.
Oh, it is spoons.
You can see it from there, can't you?
Not really, not that well, no.
Oh, okay.
My eyes ain't
thimbles, isn't it?
Huh?
Thimbles. Are they thimbles or spoons?
Actually, it looks like dried foreskins to me.
Yeah, me and my Jewish family, we
Boy, is that in my life already? Come on.
Yeah.
We keep saying it's just a quick snip round the block.
What did Simon say? Simon said original jokes only.
Crazy Dad's
got actually, I'll tell you what. For every time you tell a bad joke, you got to buy the coffees at Super Sausage on Sunday.
I buy the coffees at Super Sausage all the bloody time.
Well, you tell all the bloody bad jokes.
Yeah. The other week I went to the Super Sausage, queued for ages, and they weren't taking card, and I had no cash.
Oh, it's bad. That's when you need Dave, because the one time I brought everyone coffees, he still came up to me and tried to hand me like 20 quid. I'm like, Dave, mate, other people have money, you know.
I may look poor, but I'm not. Yeah,
I look homeless, but I promise. Yeah, I look homeless.
I'll have you know, I just had my gyro this week.
Now, there's a sign of your age, gyro.
Yeah, but have you had your disability payment for your electric or whatever they call it?
Disability payment.
Oh, whatever they call it, your grant for your. Have you had your grant?
Yeah, I have the grant. Yeah, this is it. That's a bad one. He owes me a T.
Disability payment for electric.
Simon, he owes me there, doesn't he? Count that as one.
It's where you go down the post office on a Thursday for the pension queue, and it looks like a fucking grey snake.
That's two.
He's going to be bankrupt by the end of tonight.
We're going to be up to super sausage and wire at this rate.
Unbelievable. He's got no jokes of his own.
Double yellow. Oh, double yellow.
You can tell
double yellow. We'll see if we can get fucking red. Here we go. We're going for red.
It don't go to red. It just takes it. It just deletes the whole stream.
I know.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Delete your stream. That's what happens to you when you get old, isn't it?
Definitely. That definitely the prostate. That.
Yeah.
It's where you have to lean at 45 degrees to stop pissing on your feet.
Start pissing in Morse code.
What age? What age is that? What age do blokes go and get their prostate checked? I swear.
You can actually start suffering with it in your 40s.
I've had women check my prostate for years.
I've got another
Not
story.
necessarily doctors, but.
It's always handy to get a cup on the thing while she's and she can check your prostate at the same time. Yeah.
No, you see, where I used to live in Chelmsford, I shouldn't drink this, should I? Really?
No, really.
Too late, Paul. I want to hear. I want to hear.
This is called Bushmills. Forget sodium pentothal. Bushmills is the best food serum ever.
I'll tell you what, your vocabulary gets better the drunker you get.
It's absolutely marvellous. It's a long time since I'm slurring my words, wearing my slurs.
Yeah. But it's where he's got the other bottle round the side. He's like, sniff this. What's that? It's chloroform. It makes your ass sore.
Actually, to be honest,
I'll tell you what though. Yeah, I'll tell you what though. When you do have to get your prostate checked, it's quite degrading because afterwards he don't give you a phone number, buy your dinner, nothing.
Nothing. Have you got the same doctors that I've got, Simon? Red House in Bletchley?
No.
Oh.
No.
I remember. The thing about it is I've just kind of slipped into that age, so I got this invitation as it was to go and get the prostate checked.
Hey,
so
BMW.
I'm as nervous as anything getting into the doctor's surgery.
It's not that bad. Well, anyway, I've got quite a very good doctor in Bletchley, and he's a little bit of a comedian.
Someone shut him up.
Simon's been trying to do that for years.
Shut up. Right.
It just does not work, Paul. Sorry.
I was in the middle of my story and you start yabbing off, right? Right?
That's because you passed out.
Because I'm in the right bit now. This is confession corner.
Go on.
Are we ready? Right. Anyway.
Yeah.
So
Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin.
Shh. Keep it quiet, right? Because there's people around here, right? Get a bit nearer. I can't shout. So anyway, when I lived in Chelmsford, oh shit, this is live.
Too late now.
Fuck it. Anyway, so when I was living in Chelmsford, in the last few months of me still being with the ex, but kind of not with the ex, someone told me about a certain massage parlour in the town centre. And it was like one of these Thai ones. And I said to my mate, is it true what they do? You know, the happy ending bit. I'm glad you got this disclaimer at the bottom. So he said, yeah, it's totally true. So anyway, so I've gone, right, the first time, and it's just a straight, like, nice little massage and everything all done and all good. And I'm thinking, oh, that was a bit of a letdown. So I went about a week later and gave my money, and she started doing all of the little business, and she left the room, and I'm thinking, I'm turning around thinking, where the fuck's she gone? Anyway, she's come back in the room and she said, oh, sorry about that, I just went to get something. So it's about like 2 minutes in and she's doing her thing, And I'm thinking, I can feel something a bit strange on my inner thigh. And she's going, well, I hope you like this because we do offer extras. And I'm thinking, oh, where's this going? Anyway, so she's starting doing her thing. And I'm thinking, I don't think I like this anymore. I've like turned around and I said, what are you doing? She said, oh, sorry, I was told to come in because I was told you were the person that's asked for extra services. And I go, no, I think you're mixing me up with someone else. So I'm thinking, right, okay, so the other girl comes back in and she starts sort of going back on with the normal massage and stuff like that because I mentioned my shoulder was a little bit dodgy. Anyway, so I'm here in the next room. This guy, I could hear this loud scream. And he'd gone, where the hell are you putting that? I'm thinking, I hope she washed that first because she nearly stuck that out my bum. I'm thinking, this isn't good. So I've never been back there since. But yes, apparently, if you ask the question, is it true what they do? Yes, it is. And I found out the hard way. It's very strange.
So yeah, I'll just put a comment down there that this is the point where you found out the masseuse had a penis, isn't it?
I don't know. I really I don't know, but I love you one time, $500. But yeah, that was very strange. So I won't be going there again.
Bless you.
He says with his loyalty card.
I know, exactly.
Yeah, do you get points for it?
I've only got a 4-star so far.
And he's on his 4th card. Yeah, you only get 5 to a card.
Mr. Paul, this is the 4th week with a groin strain.
Yeah. So be careful what you ask for. Well, or be careful what the guy next door asks for because then they mix you up. But that was very strange.
Can anyone beat that? I like that. The words. Brilliant.
No. Word no.
Yeah, I can tell you the
I didn't get blue light discount either.
Prostate in the exam.
Well, we've got a doctor's in Bletchley, and he's been a friend of the family for about 30-40 years. Dr. Staten at the Red House. And he said to me, he said, oh, when I hit 50, he said, oh, you've got to come in and have a prostate check. Oh, all right, come down. What have I got to do? He said, basically, drop your trousers and pants, leave your shirt on, but put the gown on. And they put you in the most undignified, it's basically the recovery position. One leg straight, the other leg bent so they can get to your ass. Going to put a bit of gel on there. I went, oh, flipping hell. He's done the old, I went, Jesus Christ. He went, what's that? I went, bloody hands are cold. He went, hands? He said, I've got both hands on your shoulders. And I'm like, he's trying to do, I'm killing myself laughing. He went, all done, you're all good. And I went, oh, right, son. He said, I do that joke every time. He said, because you laughing actually loosens you up so I can get my finger in deeper. And I'm like, oh, thanks.
Great.
Nice.
Well,
yeah,
I cancelled my first prostate exam because I walked in, took one look at the size of the doctor's fingers and went, no, fuck that. Walked out again.
Yeah.
Great big fat sausages. Yeah, no.
It is the most embarrassing thing that you can ever get done. You know, it's like when I first went in, it's like I walked in, as nervous as hell. You know, it's like it's not the most dignified thing that ever happens.
It's not.
So I'm standing there and I said, Doctor, where do you want me to put my clothes? And they said, next to mine.
Oh dear.
You've got all that to come, Grant.
No. Oh, that's it. Zed owes us an IOU there for that. That's when we get him.
That's an IOU for coffee. I'll tell you what, I'll take it in beer. There you go.
Yeah.
It's like, what was it? He said, it's like the bloke that goes in the doctors. He said, goes up the receptionist. He said, come in. He said, got the reception. He said, book yourself in. And she went, can I help you? She went, yeah. Name, John. Name, surname, Smith. All right, got you on the system. What's wrong? He said, got something wrong with me dick. And she went, oh. And the doctor came out. He said, just tell him it's somewhere else on your body. Don't go tell him you've got a problem with your cock or your dick. He said, just tell him it's somewhere else. And when you come into me, tell me the real reason. So the bloke comes back the following week. This receptionist on the, oh, Mr. Smith again. She went, what's the problem this week? He said, it's my elbow. And she went, all right, what's the problem with your elbow? He said, I can't piss out of it.
That's another coffee.
Yeah, that's another one.
You're writing them up.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, he keeps up. We're going to have 3 coffees till spring next year.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
We're still double yellow, so we're all right.
At this rate, we'll have to keep going. We'll have to go up to some randomers, won't we? And say, "Excuse me, you want a tea or a coffee?"
Yeah, he's fine.
Rev's fine.
Yeah, get some.
Oh, God, what a day! What a day!
Mm.
And we're still doing well. We've still got, I think, 50. Oh, we're down to 15 watching. It wasn't 19. We're down to 15.
That's because they've heard your jokes.
That's because you're
Oh,
fucking jokes, Fred. Let's be fair.
To be fair, I'm a short, sweet kind. Like the short, sweet jokes, like Zed's pill one. That fucking shit like that.
Bite. What? No. Yeah.
Yeah, shit like that cracks me up. It's short, sweet.
I love the way it got to your bike and went, nah.
He does it all the time. I could own any bike and he'd still do it.
Yeah. Yeah, because unless you own the same bike as him, it will never be as good.
He'd still do it. I could own his favorite bike, like I don't know, something like
BMX.
Yeah.
Right. I think it's time we should switch over to your channel, Simon.
Oh, you're going to ruin my monetization now, are you?
Exactly. Yeah.
Get in there straight away. All right, you can.
See, the thing is, Simon, we could only get Revs up to the yellow. We'll see if we can get yours to red.
Yeah.
Oh, yours
if we get mine off altogether, yeah.
No,
right, we're switching channels, people. We're going down here. Simon GTR 1400. Cross onto his live stream. So go and jump across there. Simon's going to set himself up. Thanks to Stu, Paul, Rhythmic, Simon, Ali, Gus, Exeter, German Jobbies. Who else did we have in? Boating Biker Bird, Crazy Dad, Mrs. Crazy Boaty Biker. Crazy Biker.
Crazy Mrs.
Who else? Yeah.
Mrs. Crazy Boating Biker Dad. Well done.
I've got the whole lot in Curious Goose, Howie, Military, Hell.
Goodbye to German military BMW Jobby.
Yeah.
Simon's in trouble.
We've got them all there. Anyway, everyone that's joined us on the stream tonight, we're off over to this channel. Don't forget, this Sunday, last ride for me, as long as the weather's good, soup to sausage. Come and have a coffee, Rev's buying. Come and have a bacon roll, Rev's buying.
I'll definitely be there then.
Rev's buying a full English breakfast at this rate.
Yeah. Anybody wants food, yeah, come along. I'll get it in. Thanks to Dane for popping in. Right, everybody, we're over down here. Whatever you're doing, be well, ride safe, and as always, it's goodbye from me, and we'll see you in a couple of minutes on Simon's channel.
Buzzing.